those things, you're really, I mean, nobody has time to think about that. They're just like, I gotta go, and boom, there's a street.
We've all been there.
No,
I'm gonna grab some water.
I don't think I have, but yeah.
I don't think I've been there. Hey man, if it was socially acceptable, maybe there's once or twice. You know, I'd be like, okay, well, I really gotta go. I got shit in the street. I think that could happen.
Seen somebody shit in the street quite a few times, actually.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
I've seen a lot of people piss and a lot of people shit out in the open.
Well,
so I think the other 500 billion.
I can't believe how shithole that sounds. I mean, come on. All these people defecating out in the open.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's
all the
like,
time.
and
like the number one cardinal rule that you learn living in the city is like when you go into a subway car and it smells like shit. And it's the other way around. If you walk up to a subway car and there's nobody inside of it, that means that there's human shit inside of it. And there usually is. And it's fucking insane. It happens way more
finest state in the world.
Finest city in the...
I am back.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
What are we doing even? I don't remember. We're in Skull.
You are in Skull.
Misha's not in the game client, yep, just FYI.
It's fine,
But,
we don't need to...
Yeah, we are in Skull. We were talking to the magic vendor guy about a bunch of fucking Black Dragon scales.
He's gonna come. He's gonna crack us down.
Yeah.
At the place.
The musty scroll or the
I was
musty
gonna try to
book
get a million fucking familiar herbs and shit.
I think it's the creep page.
We're making special armor for somebody eventually.
Oh, yeah,
we know that we can't. We can. I don't know if we decided if we would yet.
I think, yeah. I mean, if we make special Irish go to fucking Cameron because he's already sneaky.
I already have special armor. I literally just
remember we had this conversation, and I tried to explain how stupid it was. Just be like, yeah, we're gonna get armor made. It's gonna take a year in game or something.
Yeah, 6 months in game, and you guys haven't even been.
Like, what?
You've been playing for like
a month.
It's been 4 days.
It's been a month.
It's been more than a month. It's been at least 2. I would say.
So we're currently looking at a rate of about a year per month. So
and you guys are complaining about how fast you level too. I mean,
I never complained about that.
You guys know we cap at 10.
You guys aren't leveling until 2022 in my campaign.
For some reason, your mic is like staying queued, and it's kind of bothering me for some reason.
It's because that Snickers he's eating.
Okay, there it goes.
He keeps crunching into those nuts, dude. There's nuts in Snickers.
True.
All right.
Breaking the illusion, Tom.
Yep. The last time we played, you guys were zoning in at the little manse that Danamore Razor had made in the Ifredi stronghold, and you guys took a short rest, I think, and then during that short rest, some demons came out. Sister Alicia and a few bearded devils came to disturb the party. She sniped Jimdar in the car out of the room and was asking how you guys got that person. You guys spilled the beans and said that it was Nash who gave him to you. And she was laughing at you, and then you killed her. And then you guys decided to go to Skull because that was really the only viable option. You also could have gone to the
torched remains of the temple.
The torched remains of the temple, the sanctum, yes. Yep. Decided not to go there, and instead to Skull, where you booked a room at the inn. You did a bit of shopping, mostly
ordered an inordinate amount of food. Don't forget.
Yes, yeah, there was a lot of ordering. I'm not sure. You guys are hungry boys. And that's where you left off. You had talked to the Netmires, which is basically a faction of wizards in Skull who can get you things. And you asked for a whole slew of things, and he said, I'll get back to you when I have them all. So you guys are, I think you guys were heading back to your rooms after speaking with them when we left off that evening.
Sounds right, though I don't think it's like evening.
Right, you're correct. It's close to the middle of the day. Yeah. And
I think Tammin wanted to go to a blacksmith or something.
Well, I wanted.
And they told us where there might be a good idea to go.
I wanted
You also wanted your little offhand.
Yes, true.
What was that?
It's a thematic thing. It's like a Mangouch sword breaker. It's like a parrying dagger.
Well, that's simple enough to find. Going around this area with the assistance of Haldir, you guys are able to easily find a blacksmith that is capable of providing you with something of a mundane quality if you're not looking for something of special make. And as you kind of peruse through the selections that are available to you, you do see that most of the finer materials are kept by the people in the know. So the wizards in Skull really have kind of cornered the market on holding magical items. And most of the items that are at this blacksmith are just mundane shit. Tools and nails, that sort of thing. But eventually you are able to find an armorer or weaponsmith who is crafting some minor things. And so you're able to purchase that, but not even, probably like 5 gold pieces.
Sure. Sorry. Is there like a, I don't know, Fletcher, whatever, an arrow person?
There are, but again, for the most part, it's just
regular boring ass arrows.
Yeah, boring arrows.
Sure.
Different arrowheads for hunting, and they might supply the occasional guard. So they've got some that are meant for warfare.
What would you say? I mean, we can skip the pleasantries. How much would you say it would cost for 50 arrows?
3 gold pieces.
Sure. Okay, I'll mark it.
I think it's 20 arrows per gold piece, but something like that.
Sure, I'll just put.
In any case, yeah.
That number.
As you guys are kind of stomping around Skull, you guys can see to the north and west there is a storm that is rolling in, and the temperature drops from it is probably about mid 40s to lower 30s, and precipitation probably starts around noon, towards the start of 1, and it's just like a kind of light rain that's coming in, and you even feel the occasional rumble thunder in the distance as well as you guys are kind of going about your day. It's getting colder. It's getting close to that winter.
Like, is the area of this like from that this map covers, for instance, like, is it big enough that there's like different weather like down here than we would necessarily really experience like where we're from, or not really? Like, I'm sure it's different to an extent, but like it's not like drastically, right?
Yeah, I mean, your winters in Solura are going to be a lot colder, but it's also due to elevation, and but it's still 250 miles to Yankost, so I don't really know in terms of states how big of a difference that is. Let me look up a map of the United States and pull up the weather patterns. And, it's not significant change, but it's a noticeable change.
What's the Solura Doppler 9000 say about it?
Yeah. Get your average temps recorded back 30 years.
That's
No.
hilarious. Alrighty.
I'm just curious.
That being said, you've wintered in Skull a couple of times, and they get their fair bit of snow. Seems like this entire area is a pretty temperate region. So yeah, storms rolling in.
Yeah, it's not anything out of the ordinary. Is all I was thinking, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty standard fare. The thunder's maybe a little bit abnormal, but it's not unheard of. And so yeah, what else are you guys heading off to do? Picked up some arrows and ganch.
The only other thing I would need would the familiar reagents. So like just a minor.
Oh, let's get a bunch.
alcohol.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I will.
Well, that guy, he said you already dealt with that. The guy's gonna
Oh.
bring him to you.
Cool. That's
And,
true.
you
You're
know-
right. You're right. I have it marked down actually. Cool.
Am I able to do that thing with Tao's skull like I was saying before?
Minor
so
necromancy.
Well, I messaged Tao.
Yeah. Yep. So there's it's a little bit more complicated than that, and that's because you don't know some things that are happening. But you're certainly capable of trying.
I want to RP 2 people. Go for it.
Well, no, like I said, like my intention is not to actually, obviously, I can't possibly succeed. But in character, she would have probably tried.
Yeah. I would say let me think about it a little bit more. But for now, just hold on. And we will
Okay, and
see.
then in that case, if the storm is rolling in, she just want to go back to their home rooms and stare into Tao's like skull.
Jesus.
Is it? Wait, I have a question though, just for flavor. Is it like completely cleaned skull, like, or is it? There's still some like fleshy bits.
That's up to
like-
Misha.
Yeah,
No,
she would.
I
How much
suspect
have
she
you
would-
cleaned
I
my
suspect
skull?
She would clean it.
I was gonna say, I'm
Like
pretty
you
sure
see-
because we pyred your body and everything. I'm pretty sure we cleaned you down.
Or at least she would use some beetles to clean the flesh off.
Yes, thank you,
I'll
Kirill.
all I
wash
wanna
my
know.
hands of this.
I mean, that's,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Kirill-
honestly.
Kirill is with me in the
I
temple.
don't
He
know
gets
what
it.
the
It's
rooms.
important.
I can't remember what the room situation's like, but I'm trying to find a new room if I'm in that same room. For sure.
Yeah. You have.
We all had our own.
Yeah, I'll hit your own
Excellent.
rooms,
that's actually a
All
thing
right,
people used
I'm
to
trying
do.
to solve this puzzle box because
Oh, do
if
it.
possible, it'd be a good time to give it back.
Did you know that at least
think I'm close.
yeah. Okay. Roll a D100. 13. Okay. Now roll a D20.
Okay.
Are you doing this up in your room, or are you doing this out like at like the table?
He said he was in his room. Right?
Probably in my room because the tables are all the people are weird and
So
Oh,
so
yeah.
you've been
Okay, gotcha.
yeah they're not really for visiting. So you're up in your room and you're fiddling with it. You're going through the normal patterns that you have, and you're like trying, like, well, did I do this one? Yep, did this one. And you just keep rolling through, and you're like, man, you've done like every single combination, and you just kind of like get frustrated, and you twist it just a little bit, and you realize that those grooves can twist and turn, and there's a whole nether level to this puzzle. Roll a D1000.
What the fuck?
All right.
All this
Okay.
is you rolled a 13.
He actually plotted out 1,000 results for this, so just so you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
don't
So,
think so.
so you twist it just a bit more, and you try and find, you just like go the like most obscure pattern that you can think of after you kind of uncover this little aspect of it. And as you're holding it there, it starts to rumble, and it shakes in your hands, and then you feel the tips of your fingers getting warmer and warmer and warmer. And you take 6 points of fire damage.
I think that was just you to like let go as it was getting hotter.
All right.
and hotter.
I
The rest of
expend
your
a
wisdom is
sorcery
gone.
point to give myself resistance to fire damage and continue.
Okay.
Holy shit.
You take another 6 points of fire damage.
Reduced to 3.
Reduced to 3. Reduced to 3.
Okay. I'm just.
He's
I'm
gonna
fighting
go
it.
unconscious in his room.
You're
and no one's
holding
gonna
on
know
to
about
it. You're holding on to it. Okay, you take another 2 points of fire damage.
Is that already
and-
reduced?
No, it's not reduced.
Okay.
And
We're
you
doing
can see that it's the outside of this this box is starting to like lose its composition, or its integrity is rather.
That's a bad thing.
It's who knows. You take another 1 point of fire damage.
Hey, that seems like it's working to me.
yeah. And so you're just holding it in that position, and it's starting to warp a little bit.
Okay.
You take 5 points of fire damage, reduced to half.
Okay,
Round
so
it down.
we're at like
Yep.
14 now. Okay.
And then you see it starting to expand a little bit as you're holding it, and you take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
You're continuing your hold.
Warning.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's all in.
I'm in for the. I might push back with a little fire myself. You know.
Okay. You hold that position, and you take another 1 point of fire damage, and for a second it seems to like stop almost, and then you hear just like this kind of shrill whistle start to go, and it explodes. You
You're now
take
dead.
27 points of fire damage.
Good.
And there is a small explosion in your room that knocks you to your ass, shakes the inn. Everybody else, you guys can hear.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I'd go investigate if I heard an explosion in Halder's room.
Yeah, and you can hear the shit gets tossed around all over the place in his room. There's a couple of people who are running upstairs as you guys all kind of like poke your head out.
So he's sitting there
Are
with like,
you on the ground
the
dead?
singed whiskers.
No,
and all that shit.
I'm 100% fine.
Yeah, he's alive. He's alive.
100% fine. He's 100% fine.
Yeah, you see you hawk into Hallier's room, and you can see that where he was standing, fiddling with his box close to the window. There's this, there's an opening in the window. It's just completely shattered. There's a little black spot on the ground around him, and the room's just totally tossed askew.
Is there anything left of this little box or what?
Make an investigation check in the room.
I'll just say, what were you doing in here?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm looking for them as I'm just like scouring the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you drop something?
Well, you do scour the room, and you're able to find bits and pieces of this this box all over the room. But what you also find is a ring.
There we go.
It is a brass little ring that is mostly unadorned. But on the inside, there's an inscription that says...
In Elvish.
It does not.
Cast it into the fire.
Yeah, cast it into the fire. It runs the inside, not the outside of the ring. And it says, plan for the expected. And that's all that it is. It seems to be unharmed by the explosion. And one of the innkeeps comes up and kind of looks around the room and sees you guys gawking and this sorcerer-looking character, a little charred, and is like, it just kind of like lifts up his hands. Well, that's gonna be a few gold pieces, sir. We're gonna have to repair your room. And
that's fair. That's fair. I apologize. I've never had something like this happen before. It was just
yes.
How much are we talking about here?
Well, and he just kind of runs through the litany of things that they'll have to fix, and he's like, I would say 300 gold pieces at least.
All right, I will give him 400 gold pieces.
He thanks you,
Ooh,
and he gestures to you. Let's get your new accommodations, sir. Let's try not to destroy those as well, please.
Well, you know it's this thing. It was a gift from a wizard here at Skull.
Yes. I know that. You don't need to go into detail. I know there's some toys that people play with. It's fine. I understand.
Totally normal.
It's like walking like in a little bit of shame.
Yes, of course. And so he gets you to a new room. Yeah. So you have a little brass ring.
Well, I need to go find Mr. Albin and give him a talking to. I think. Ask him what's up.
Sure. What's everybody else doing?
Well, so this was like in the middle of the evening or whatever when we like went back to the.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I imagine.
I mean, what time is it?
We're tired.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Degree.
It might be something I would do tomorrow.
I'm just gonna fucking go to sleep.
You guys probably can reconvene for a dinner as well, but that was pretty much the only thing left.
Oh,
unless you're.
It's not like late.
Night.
No.
Misha sits down at the table and puts Tao's skull down like next to her, like
it's gonna eat with you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's feeding it. Nom. Oh goodness.
That's a good little Tao.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yes. So you guys sit down for
I'll take
an
my
evening.
tablecloth or my napkin and put it over the skull so no one sees it. Where did you learn such manners? I don't think that people here would be as accepting of that.
You say that, and you look over to a couple tables over, and there's some people there. They've got like these bones laid out.
Really?
They're like looking at them and like writing down notes and studying, and they're like measuring everything, and they're like.
Okay.
Misha was literally
Never
gonna look
mind.
around, so seeing that, she'll just like gently like slide it off and pat Tao's skull. Don't be ashamed of our brother.
I will take the
more
napkin
ashamed
back,
of you.
but then I will accidentally drop it onto the floor.
What did you accidentally drop them? Oh, okay.
Not really,
Yeah.
obviously.
Wait, is this like the code of like, no, I need to tell you something in secret?
No. If I wanted to do that, I would just send you a message.
This is true.
So as you guys are just taking your dinner in the hall, why don't a couple of you who are keeping an eye out make a perception check? Whoever feels like they'd be attentive or wary.
I'll have to make one.
I don't
Probably.
think I would be. I'm just like I'm just giving this
Cameron's
ring a
always
good
looking
look over.
around, but clearly he's not paying too much. He's more fixed on the skull sitting next to him at the table.
I'd probably
Seems
be looking
very
around because now I'm
uncomfortable.
intrigued at how many people are actually like messing with bones in the room.
It's not like everybody's doing it. It's just that there are some people. And there's people just messing with all sorts of things. There's tons of books.
Yeah, no,
Very quiet, and that's why it doesn't really catch any of you off guard, except for Kirill, who's probably just munching on a really crispy piece of toast. That there's a woman who looks a little bit advanced in years. You can see some wrinkles on her, but she's kind of bundled up for the weather. And she's speaking in hushed tones, but seems to be quite angry with another person that she's speaking with. And you can see that he is wearing some white adorned robes. You've seen a few people as you're just kind of walking around the city, that there's these classifications of wizards, and some of them have an adornment based on color. The Netmeyers, the brown wizards, the people that you were speaking with, obviously dealing with commerce and that sort of thing. But the Polyneurs, which are the white wizards, you encountered briefly in Gelrin, one of them, who was servicing a notice to Danimore Razor. So she's speaking to one of that order, and she's kind of getting in that guy's business. Really give him a talking down. But other than that, the inn's pretty quiet. You guys take your dinner and head on your way towards your rooms for the evening.
Yeah, that sounds.
I
fun.
definitely wouldn't be too interested in that, so I would take my leaving. Go to sleep.
Weren't we supposed to be meeting like a woman or something that they were trying to serve papers to?
Well, Daniel Razor was someone that we actually literally just saw. Pretty sure.
We went to her house though, like 10 years ago.
Not 10 years ago. It was very recent. It was like probably a week, 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
no, that's what I'm
We
saying.
literally, in Jelren, we talked to the guy who was like so deathly afraid to put a piece of paper on this woman's house, who it turned out to be Danimore's Razor's house, summoning her to like, you know, answer for her crimes or whatever. I don't remember where specifically she was supposed to. Maybe it was Skull.
It was.
That was the extent of it. And didn't we just, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't the person matching that description? Didn't we see them with Mandout and the other elf guy?
Correct, you did.
Freddy's place? So we would know if it was her. That's my whole point in explaining this. Is it's clearly not her. Otherwise, we would recognize her.
Mm-hmm. You're correct. That woman is definitely not Daniel Razor.
I still think it's hilarious that her name is Danimal. Like the yogurt.
Danimore.
Anyway, I will take my leave and go to sleep.
Sure. Okay. So the storm kind of progresses through the day and into the night to the point where you guys are falling to sleep to the sounds of sleet hitting the window panes and the ceiling of this structure, and the occasional rumble of thunder continues throughout the night. Did you guys all find a nice, quiet, restful sleep, except for Misha and Kirill? And I'm going to take you guys to a private conversation real quick.
Whoa, not me? It's always me.
See,
It's always
the
you.
thunder.
Is this what it's like? Like, I genuinely don't. I'm pretty sure it's been
funny.
me every time.
I think you've been involved in a large portion of them, even in my campaign. You're the only one so far.
I mean, Tao's death.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few other ones.
True.
This is usually when I start doing fake
It was
rolls.
Tao's death. You met with the goons in Jelren from the other place, the one that Tao had been originally. You know, you're part of the same thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You had some private conversation there, and you had the in my campaign, I think.
Yeah. It just feels like I'm always singled out. It's because I talk so much.
No, it's probably because you don't talk.
It's my ADD kicks in.
Dude, it's nuts. That's why that's why he's saying something about the thunder.
Yeah, I
all
figured, but
makes
I'm like,
sense.
you know, my character doesn't fucking know shit about that stuff.
Oof.
What is this? So weird.
Mhm.
24, that's like a pretty good roll for Kirill, to be honest.
Yeah, for
He
perception.
always rolls so low for seemingly every check.
He's a 6 to
Yeah, except
2.
for his attack crits.
Yeah, true.
Oh, nice. The skull of Tao comes to life and tries to murder them.
That would be incredible.
Fitting.
I'll be right back.
It's a long one.
I imagine there's some level of interaction involved.
Should I make brownies right now?
Sure.
Dude, Chef John had a new video recently.
Who's Chef John?
Dude, Food Wishes? Come on. YouTube's favorite chef.
What? Chef John?
He's just this food YouTuber guy that's been doing it since, like, for literally forever. He's 1,641 videos. Just checked out his channel.
Yeah, and he only releases like one a week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's like
Oh, I know this one.
the brownies he made looked so fucking sick, dude.
I've got boxed brownies, the triple brownies.
I mean, I usually do just eat the boxed ones. They're pretty good. But all I know is the ones he made looked
You
insane.
thin or thick?
I'm more of a texture than whether I like a big or small ones. I like them to
I like
be
the
a little
I like
chewier.
the thick cake brownies.
Yeah, I
thick
want
as
them a
possible.
little
But I
chewy,
like
and
the
then the
crust.
edges to be all crispy. Yeah.
100%.
That's how the ones he was making were, dude. They look so fucking good. They didn't look too hard to make either.
Yeah, buy a box of brownies.
That's why I like his channel a lot. Is like you can pretty much find anything on there, but it's like a low effort recipe, but still good. Like it doesn't require
the
a ton
best
of
brownies.
crazy chefy stuff.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I have been cooking some really fun recipes lately. Every Tuesday we make something new. It's been fun.
That's cool. I did that with a friend of mine back in Maryland. It was a lot of fun. It's like every other week we would do some cooking.
We made cacio e pepe on Tuesday, yesterday, or 2 days ago.
Interesting.
Super fucking good. So goddamn easy too. It's literally just 2 different types of cheese, spaghetti and pepper and butter.
Yeah. Well, the hard
Nice.
things
So
about those
fucking
is
good.
like when there's that few things in it, like everything you put in has to be like really high quality. You know?
Perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, we stopped in LA on our way back down from Central Coast and went to this really nice Italian market and got like really fucking good cheese and fresh pasta and oh, so good.
Yeah, the biggest thing that changed stuff for me was getting like the real Reggiano Parmesan. That stuff is night and day. So
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It's so like aromatic compared to like the store bought, like not canned, but you know what I mean. Like
I don't know if I've
container
ever had
original.
real fucking Parmesan cheese.
Oh, it's so
Pretty good.
fucking good.
It's really good.
But I love the canned shit so much that the real stuff's gotta be fucking like crack.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's very good.
It's
It's also like
ridiculous.
very salty, which is very good in my opinion. You can like salt your dish purely with that if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's been aged like forever. Also, there's like those little protein crystals in them. Those are like interesting contrast.
Pizzadilla. I'm looking at all his recipes. These are funny.
There's like a billion of them.
Mm-hmm. Pita bread. Ooh. I love it. It's just so simple, Americanized food.
He does like some like ethnic stuff every once in a while, but less often for sure.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, grilled chicken teriyaki with miso ranch. Sounds good.
I don't know that I've ever had miso.
Really?
I mean, I guess I've had
you're not a
spicy
big-
miso ramen,
I've never had
Well,
miso.
but
Wow. I mean, you never gone to like a sushi place and having miso soup?
No, when I go to like sushi places,
I
I'm
have
usually
gotten
getting
that
rolls
before, and I thought it was
stuff.
fucking terrible.
Or
but
if I'm getting like something
I
like
don't know
that,
if that's just like
I usually go to ramen houses. I like ramen houses a lot, like
Mhm.
really, really a lot.
I love miso. Like real miso. Oh, I tried to make it once. It turned out fucking terrible.
yeah.
There's this Hakata ramen place that we lived literally right across the street from in LA.
Oh,
And
really?
I fucking loved it. It was so good.
Who just joined and like instantly left?
She went back down.
They weren't supposed to leave yet, or what?
Maybe he yanked her back or something. Wait a minute.
She got mad with his result or his thing, and she left on as a joke.
Yeah. Told him the skull had disappeared.
Mhm.
I think if the skull was there, then... Well, maybe not. I was going to say maybe Tao would also be down there, but...
I'd be down
not.
to actually like RP that. God, I watched that the firefighter video again. I love watching that video. The beginning first like 3 or 4 minutes is so funny.
I watched.
It was cut at the perfect time.
Yeah, I watched it as well, and then because of that, I watched our first Hydros kill
Oh my god.
on Warmane from Bitten's channel. Dude, there's some fucking hilarious shit in that video. Remember on Warmane how like sometimes you just fall through the elevator
Yes.
in
I do remember
SSC? Dude, Asher, like, we're like running back because we had to like go get new consumables and stuff because we'd wiped so many times on Hydros. We're like running back and Asher dies, and I just instantly knew what happened, and I started laughing my ass off. Then I hear myself and Reinig Man laughing our ass off in the video because it's just like,
That's so funny. Yeah, that was actually a really good time. Like those both, I think both TBC servers we played on were a lot of fun. Still like growing our community and just chilling with good players is a lot of fun.
makes me miss TBC a lot, and
I
for
can't
like
wait.
very different reasons.
I fucking
Like-
hate Classic.
I don't hate Classic.
I would hate Classic a
and,
lot
like, the
less
thing-
if there wasn't such an overwhelming consumable requirement in terms of time.
The thing that the TBC, like, I really miss from TBC is like the raid environment because there's so many less players. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
that's like the biggest thing is like it just is more personable.
Yeah. More
But
almost
you can have
intimate
more
in a
like,
sense.
you know, just shit show
Friendship.
conversations for fun without it being like actually a clusterfuck on the comms.
But then I also saw where Maddie's we're like trying to re-clear trash, and we wipe horribly on this fucking pole, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. And we're like halfway through the pole, and it's just Yukart going, "Maddie, are you there? Hello? Source fucking tried to go AFK. There's 10 minutes left in the raid. We're trying to kill the boss."
Fucking Maddie.
I mean, hey, man, you gotta let him know. He's probably not even there too. It's so fun.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
You're just yelling at us.
No.
You're totally right. It was like the raid time was like fucking over, and we're trying to kill Hydros.
So bummed we didn't get fucking twins, 4 horsemen down. Oh, it made such a
Dude,
big
that
difference.
was yeah. Well,
No.
there was a certain debuff that may have caused that whole thing.
Oh, I'm aware.
It wasn't just you.
Oh gosh, dude. No, I don't think it was. It wasn't detention. Was
What?
it?
It wasn't me.
No, I know. Don't cast.
Oh,
No,
Curse
I
of
thought he was
Doom.
referring to you.
No, not me.
Wait, what were you referring to?
Don't cast Curse of Doom on 4 Horsemen.
Oh no, that was fucking what's his face?
Yeah, it's the same guy it always is.
No, there was also, I mean, the same kind of thing was happening after that too, with like agonies and shit on bosses. Like they're like pulling afterwards. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know who it was. It could have been warped again.
Could have been all of us.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just know that was
Well,
the thing that was happening.
I was saying after that too that like I don't.
Yeah, the Doom was.
That's not even like a bad behavior. I mean, that's like normal behavior. It's like usually when you're like, I'm about to leave. I still want to do as much damage as I can to this boss and then max my thing. I'll put up my biggest damaging ability. That's normal. The problem is the implication on that fight with the way Threat is like, that's bad. They're really having a conversation down there, huh? Going for it.
I mean, I figured the biggest fuck up was the very beginning when there was fucking void zones in the fucking save point.
Well, that was
Save place.
bad, but it didn't.
And then was it Bryn Mawr going, or was it Bryn Mawr? I can't remember who it was, but somebody going AFK as soon as they fucking went into the safe spot.
Oh no,
I think
he
it was
just
Bryn Mawr.
Bryn Mawr just died to standing in the void zone. But like, I don't even really blame him because
No, people were like, dude, hey, there's a void. You're Bryn Mawr. There's a void zone. And he didn't move. And he didn't respond. Literally till like after he's like, oh, I'm dead.
Well,
like,
oh yeah,
he
well I mean,
wasn't
he
there.
probably, yeah, well you're standing in the middle, like he probably just wasn't thinking.
Right.
yeah,
You know, like
I kind of get that.
it's like, yeah,
No, it's like 20 seconds.
no, I mean he died.
No, but
he
you're
died in the
like
void
not
zone
thinking
real
there's going to
fast.
be a void zone in the middle to begin
Right.
with.
But tabbing out or leaving your
Yeah, that's obviously
that's
silly.
fucking
Totally
ridiculous.
silly. Oh well. I mean, I'm just happy that literally
I'm pretty
one
sure it's
attempt,
spot on.
it was so easy. Like that, we could have just done that again.
We're
Sorry,
back.
Tom.
Yeah, I saw you.
You're not dead. Well, not
We'll see.
technically not
What
dead.
did you perceive with your not elven eyes?
We don't know.
Misha goes
I know.
charging
Middle of the
from her
night.
room, like in her nightgown, banging on Kirill's door.
Okay.
That's where we start.
Having the most wonderful dream.
It was a good dream. Kirill, yes, you were there.
You all burned away.
It burned away. No, Kirill, it was not our gods. Were they free?
I think so.
You cut out, but I think you said I think so.
I think so.
Tom, is there any way for like I guess I don't know if I don't think we can pray to commune with them at this level.
You can pray.
Dang it. Yeah, sure. Misha's that's the only thing she's gonna do. She'll hunker down in her PJs in Kirill's room, trying to see if she can pray to reach their
Just right there. He's
right
just
there.
like, oh gosh, this girl.
So you sit down to pray, and there have been times when you've done this and you felt a presence, not necessarily like, oh, there's something there, but like when you're speaking or when you're thinking, the thoughts are getting through to something, as opposed to just rebounding off the wall.
Like when I pull on my magical energies for my spell casting.
Exactly, yeah. This is a moment where it does feel like they're just hitting a stone wall, not even inches from your face. Like the thoughts and wishes and hopes that you convey hit nothing, and you receive nothing in return.
Kira, I do not think they are free.
Not yet.
I think they should be free, obviously. But I think they are still bound. What is everybody else doing out of curiosity while we're
Snoring.
Sleep.
They're sleeping. Yeah,
snoring,
they're
sleeping?
sleeping.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, fucking keep it down over there.
It's just more crazy Misha shit, honestly.
Yeah. Banging on the wall. Fucking
Yeah.
shut up.
What time is it? I just don't want to give people.
Yeah,
examples.
it's deep. It's deep into the night. You can see that there's ice that's formed around the windows. A bit of snow as well.
Okay. She'll bang back on the wall at Yang, going, "We're going to free our gods, Yang! It'll be beautiful. Tomorrow, I'll tell you."
Yeah, in the
My
morning.
accent went.
Shut the fuck up.
Right, morning. Sorry, Kirill. I'll go back to my room.
You hear some thuds from underneath you guys. There's something he's banging something underneath.
Everybody is such light sleepers.
Yeah.
You ran out of your room, probably
I
slammed the
she
door
did.
and banged on a door.
Slammed the door,
What do you
banged on
mean,
another
light
door,
sleeper?
slammed in that. Yeah, you don't sleep like the dead, obviously.
All right. So
Special kind of peace.
return to your room, Misha, or you stay with Kirill?
She'd return to her room.
Are you gonna stay with Kira?
She's debating on waking up Tammin, but she'll go to her room and handle that in the morning.
Okay. So you guys return to your rest,
She
which
realizes
comes
Tammin would have
relatively
no
quickly.
fucking idea what she's talking about.
Or Tammin might strangle her for waking him up in the middle of the night. Is what she
Or
thinks.
it might come to you a little bit difficulty as your mind kind of races. But you guys all come to consciousness in the morning, and you guys reconvene for breakfast, prepared and ready to face the day.
Misha will stop everyone from even trying to, as they're eating breakfast. Kira and I, we spoke to our god,
Yes, we heard.
Oh?
and our god spoke back.
When
We-
was this?
Last night. It is imperative that I think we should be freeing them, but also what they showed us was, so this was, the city was basically, if it's south of Jelrin, so it's Jelrin.
It is Jelrin, yeah. The city was Jelrin.
Jelrin will burn.
Your gods. told
Jelrin
you.
will burn, you said.
It'll be glorious.
What's glorious about a burning
Yeah.
city?
Our gods being freed is glorious, and the destruction that comes from it when they're freed will be great, but Jelrin
Yes,
will
I'm
burn.
sorry, were they not in the Maw last time we discussed this?
That is the question. Do we go to free our gods? Do we try to go to Jelrin?
I'm confused.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you meant that the burning of Jelrin will free your gods.
No. They showed us the burning of Jelrin at the same time they were freed. We freed our gods, but
Sure.
so
So us
technically in our
freeing
vision,
them causes it to burn.
no, it was burning before we freed them.
Okay.
You
But
think this is in the future? You mean, or
The reign of the demons will end.
is Kira in the middle of his cup of coffee because it's very
It's a very early morning for him.
I'm just tired in real life.
it translates.
I mean, no offense, but I don't necessarily want to free anyone who's going to burn down the city of Jelrin. Doesn't sound like a very productive
I
use
do
of
not know if they. I do
my
not
time.
think they caused the city to
I-
burn. My
I think
impression.
it's a metaphorical burning.
My impression was the beings.
Well, there's
that
already
were
been a
entrapping
decent
our
amount of
gods were burning the city.
metaphorical burning at this point, don't you think?
Could I do a? I don't know if this would be like a religion check, because my interpretation is that Jelrin burns, but it's burning because of the things that had entrapped our gods. And our gods coming back for giant whoop ass on everybody.
Yeah.
Who burned Jelrin, but that was my.
Go ahead and make another history check. This time it doesn't have to be with disadvantage, just a regular history check.
Give myself guidance.
Okay.
I'm thinking real hard about it. I'm rubbing my temples.
Yeah, you are.
Whoa, I'm rubbing my temples really hard.
Yes, you
We
are.
had that 4.
Yeah.
Both temples.
Giving yourself a headache.
Okay, 26.
Brain blast.
No.
So, Misha, you recall when you're speaking with the stoner giant he talked about how the queen of Jaurin, who is a dark elf, was doing something. Was controlling them. Was controlling the giants. They were giving commands rather.
Okay.
Be careful with the
true,
words I say. He also told you that the only reason that was possible was because the twins were being weakened by something in the Hollow Peaks. There was something that was drawing on their power. And it was holding them back and incapacitating them, essentially.
I thought that was in the maw. Am I incorrect?
So the gods themselves are in the maw. The source that is the problem is in the Hollow Peaks.
And we never broke. We were already in the Hollow Peaks.
Yep. And so,
Yeah,
and then also,
But we didn't.
Kirill, you remember the note that you were given when you were initially approached by the Dark Elves after you had kind of solved the issue with the hag. You guys went to that next town that was all destroyed.
Yes,
and
I
then
found a note in my
Is that
backpack.
you got
Gendia?
a note in your backpack. It was before you guys got to Gendia, but
Gotcha.
and you got a note that said, "I serve the one with flame on her lips and lightning in her eyes," referring to the queen of the Dark Elves. And flame on her lips and lightning in her eyes. Flame, this got lightning, Van Ratha. There seems to be a connection between this queen and your gods.
So we do burn children to the ground and we free our gods. Kiro, more coffee. She's gonna start pouring you more coffee.
I don't think it has to be physical burning, all people dying.
True. Maybe
We
mass.
can be burning away the evil.
It sure sounded like people were really burning. You heard them screaming in anguish.
Some might burn, but what they have done, I can forgive a lot of things.
Okay,
Enslaving
yeah.
our gods is a little hard pill to swallow. So we either go to the Hollow Peaks and destroy whatever method she is using to control and siphon from them, or we go find her. And killing a queen of a city could be very difficult. She says it's like, okay, so her voice drops down a little bit because they're like, in an inn.
And it's a quiet inn too.
Yeah, and she'll just do like so doing, and she'll put like a finger across her throat. Not exactly. Be a little dangerous. But the Hollow Peaks are dangerous too, and I am fine with either one.
I think the Hollow.
First of all, I don't think we could just kill her. I mean,
I think
if she's captured your gods, I don't
Our
suspect that
gods.
we. Well, I said your, but
Yours too.
sure.
the levels of faith are fine, but they are still yours as well. So you hail from the same land.
Wizard.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. Obviously, they exist.
No, but that's no.
Should they be worshipped? It's a question.
It's a good point that killing her, especially if she can do that, it probably is not great idea. But if we can just break the control or the siphoning that she has on them, that might be easier.
Well, I think I think as before our destinies in the Hollow Peaks.
just correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we just come back from the Hollow Peaks and that's where?
Yes, we did, but that's
Okay.
because we were horribly depleted and
Yeah.
in the lair of some weird thing, and someone walled us in.
Okay. Yeah. No, there's a. So Misha's gonna look at Tammin and gently pat his leg and be like, "Will you be okay?
Sure.
There's a being down there that likes you a lot.
What?
It just doesn't seem reciprocal, is all.
What do you mean?
Jin really likes you."
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
I'd
he's
go
an
big
idiot.
like, yeah.
I can go toe to toe with him, no problem. He was afraid to, to step against us. So I'm not worried about him. He's a coward.
So the one who gave us information on that was a giant.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody would have information on how to break this hold, but I'm assuming we can't use our contact because Kirill, I'm assuming you'd have told us that you recognize the face of one of them. It was the Cambion, right?
Oh yeah, so I saw 3 faces and one of them was Nash.
Yeah, so
One
Nash
of them was a woman and it wasn't. Oh, didn't really recognize the face.
I was the same. There's a woman I didn't recognize. So we can't really use the imp for information or ask Nash about like what is doing this.
I mean, I think we lost him anyway, which is good because he was spying on us.
Oh no, the imp's alive.
He's alive, but I think he left us.
Oh, did he go back to Nash?
Yeah, you guys can bring it back though anytime you want.
Okay.
I'm good.
No, it's better if we don't have like an invisible thing keeping tail on us.
Maybe.
So back to the Hollow Peaks.
I mean, I think we should stop by Jelrin and collect our lord or our reward from Nash.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Well,
I think Nash maybe didn't expect us to live. It kind of sounded like.
I mean, weren't we intending to go back and take care of the Jinn?
Take care of the Jinn.
Well,
and
Ready?
Well, Nash wanted us to disrupt the weapons effort, and we did. So I think there's a pile of cash in it for us.
Yeah, if you remember, we're not the most welcome in the city of Jelrin at the moment.
Why wouldn't we be?
Because
we left the city with like 1,000 demons trailing.
Well,
Like,
I
what
don't
do
know.
you mean?
Did they see our faces? I mean, we asked about the situation in the city, and
I would assume that we don't want to go there at this point. It's also very far away.
well, I mean, we have to kind of go there to get to the Hollow Peaks.
No. That's the whole reason we left, is because we can teleport back to the
I was
the
going to
place
ask
we
you.
came
You had a
from.
Oh, okay,
thing,
okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah, if you recall, we had I think Halder learned either 1 or 2 of those circles.
All of them.
Oh, you learned them all. Cool. So we can teleport to them at will. How does that work?
Sticking around long enough that he could. It was very
I cast a spell.
appropriate.
Well,
And
yeah,
we go
but
there.
Okay, so it's that simple. Dope.
I mean, I can only do it once a day.
Yeah, but that's
But-
enough, right? That works.
That more than works. Is there any supplies we would want before going in, like things to help out with charm and?
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're supposed to be receiving a messenger from the shop we went to today.
All right, let's receive that messenger. I need to
As
make
for,
sure I
like,
put all my spells back.
Freeing
Holy
the
crap.
dudes, I don't want Jelrin to burn down, personally. I don't think that would be very good. There's just normal
think-
fucking people there.
I'm-
We also just sent a
They're
serious amount of
also-
people there telling them they'd be safe.
They also
So-
are.
Yeah.
Is this country not at war with the country that we came from? And they destroyed Slura.
Wasn't
So
that Laminar that was attacking?
the Lanarans attacked Solura, and in their offense against Solura, Japuran soldiers assisted in some capacity. You guys weren't there. They assisted Solura in fighting them.
Mm-hmm. We just heard about this like Like in passing, right? Though we didn't.
Right. Correct. You don't know too much about it. Then there was that explosion that wiped out a majority of Solura's fighting forces and also some of their cities. And supposedly, or likely so, the same could be said of Lenarans. I mean, they were there on the battlefield as well. So they're probably also equally dead. And the same could be said of some Japuran soldiers if they were present.
I mean, as far as destroying the city of Jelrin, like, honestly, I kind of don't care, but sure, there's people here, but
we sent like so many people there.
Yes, but she's
What do you mean?
the person in charge is literally draining the energy from our gods, and she's already like taking her own cities. And we're supposed to be helping. Not near, but the other one. Like that one's all trashed, and this one's like won't give stuff, so they're like being held hostage by her. I mean, we're not exactly like the evilest people here, and I feel like weird like encouraging this. Considering
Yes,
usually
you
I'm trying to
should.
talk
Pro-
people.
you
I'm usually the one
feel
talking
weird.
people
Pro-atomic
down.
bombs.
Well, either way, she can't be left to harness the power of gods. Like that's just not. And if if the gods decide to, attack Elrond, that's something. But if you want to talk them down, like if Haldir wants to be like argue for the regular person of Jelrun, if you want to like be like, hey, Jelrun will ring the bells and open the city gates, and
God, don't I remind you of that shit?
Literally Trojan them.
they'll ring the bells.
Ah,
Yeah, I know it hurts, right? If you want to do that,
Yeah.
that's fine. But this woman, she really can't be left in control of like holding the power of gods.
No, I don't think so. But I just don't know that we need to.
I'm not going to actively set Jelrun on fire. That's
You're just going to aid it in every possible way you can.
I'm going to free some gods that she's siphoning power from. Of course, yes, absolutely. There's a hard point where this is like she's literally a cleric of their faith. There's no way that this can stand.
Sounding like a cultist.
Sure, religion is a
That's-
cult.
I mean,
Oh my god.
that's what small religions are. They're cults.
Yeah, my cult's just a small religion from Sauron. So
I guess. Alrighty. Well, I don't know. I'm up for whatever you lot want to do. I take me whatever the wind carries me. That's where I go.
we'll maybe face a Jinn and free some gods, and
Plus,
Haldir
the
will
Jinn has
plead.
my sword, so I want to
Yes,
go fight him.
and Haldir may plead for the lives of all of those who are accomplices in
They're
their
not
imprisonment.
accomplices. They're just people.
See,
Oh, no,
Haldir, you are a better man at arguing for this than me. So I do believe it should fall to you. Hey, we're not walking, we're teleporting, man. We're
Does it say
How
teleporting.
far away?
250 miles?
285 miles on the road.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I said we're not walking there. Like, hello.
All right, so we're waiting for
Yeah,
Yeah,
how long
some.
it
we
took
already
us to
talked
get
about
there in
that.
the
I just wanted
first
to see how
place.
far we were away from it.
Yep. So you guys are
One
kind of
sec.
discussing. Oh, go ahead.
I think he just means he has to take off for a second.
The way he said it was very weird.
I'm just looking at cleric spells while you guys are setting up my book for the day.
Let's actually take a 5 real quick.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
fine.
Okay.
I
Yep.
think that we all wanted to go back to the Hollow Peaks, though.
We'll discuss it when you guys get back.
Yeah.
Or you can discuss it now. That's all good.
Well, I was just gonna say, I know me and Kirill were definitely going to. We ever since we've heard that he'd been imprisoned, of course we were gonna try to get him.
Oh my gosh.
You wanted to kill the Jinn because it's got your sword,
It's got my shinies.
and there's in prison. Well, we freed
And
a lot
Haldir
of dwarves.
just got the one ring.
Yeah, I gotta go talk to that guy before we leave.
Yeah, goodness knows what your ring does.
A plain ring with an inscription on it.
I mean, that might just be it, but I gotta go
So,
talk
like-
to him.
A soft whisper that happens when you hold it in your hand.
In Elvish. Old Elvish.
Old. I was gonna say it's not just regular Elvish, is it?
In
It's
black
not an
speech.
Elvish.
I know, I'm kidding.
So-
We're just meaning.
I still think my best spell for level 5 is to do like the holy weapon thing.
That is a good ability, for sure.
Really good. I'm just trying to think if we're gonna end up trying to destroy whatever. Planar binding is a spell I could take.
That sounds pretty good.
Duration is 24 hours.
Oh.
Well, if you can
Is
bind a
that,
celestial, elemental,
like,
fae, or fiend to your service.
They're like banished
Oh.
for 24 hours?
Yeah,
they're-
this is. I'd have to actually know of an active area where they're at, and then select one. And yeah, it's
Oh.
not really.
We need to banish a djinn.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, if we're gonna face a djinn, would it be good to preemptively put
we
my
have
book
the
together?
spell
to fight
banish,
one?
right? Isn't that like a level 3 spell?
It is a level 3 spell, but there's a save, and it will just put him back in his realm.
Yeah, but that's fine. We just need to get him off our realm, right? Isn't that the whole point?
As long as it succeeds, it'll do that.
We did that to somebody, didn't we?
Yeah, I did it to
We did it to the
Fiend
bearded
Hound.
devil in what's its place?
I definitely did it to a dog.
Oh, I guess that we didn't really do that. Actually, I killed the guy. He goes back to his realm because devils can't die in the material plane. And you banished the dog that was lunging at me, I think.
I banished the dog.
In the
And then
inn
it
under Jolrin.
yeah, if they're from a different plane, they're just gone to when the spell ends, like after a minute, they're just in their normal
Yeah, they're
plane.
stuck.
Well, until they work their way back.
Well, but I mean, they don't come back as per the writing of the spell.
I can make hollow ground.
I don't think that
It takes 24 hours.
do a whole lot of good stuff.
It takes
Yeah.
24 hours.
Courage. Affected creatures can't be frightened while in the area. Darkness. Darkness fills the area.
Yeah,
Normal
don't
light,
use darkness,
blah, blah,
please.
Daylight.
Thank you.
Like, yeah. It's got like a huge list of things. I don't know. I haven't looked at these level 5 spells because the other one was so good. Oh, there is commune with your deity. Well, I'm not doing that. We don't got time.
Yeah, people on Critical Role are really abusing that spell.
They're
like
just
What
like
spell?
commune with the gods or whatever.
I think
Oh,
they've
they
used
just
a
like
lot
get
of
ants.
stuff.
Oh, that's so lame.
Well, they're not like. It's not that they're abusing it. It's that they're using it multiple times and wasting that spell slot because they're getting like basically no answers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I have like a one level
Commune
5
ritual.
spell.
You
I'm
contact your
not.
deity or divine proxy and
I'm not
ask
gonna
up to
do
3
that.
questions that can be answered with yes or no. Oh, I see. I have issues with spells like this, just in general, like game sense. Like this is like tell me the answer kind of shit, which is pretty
Well,
lame.
However, you might like tell me the answer of divination, which I could get as a 4th level one if we're walking through someplace and we don't even know where the hell we're going. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity that occurs within the last 7 days. Oh, damn it. Never mind. I thought this was the one where it led you. There was something where like it led you like on a path towards your goal.
There's like some scrying spell.
Yeah, there's like some kind of scrying spell that does that. I forget what it is. Oh, god damn it. I'm sure I'll find it eventually, like after the game's over. Locate creature. So,
All right, is everybody back?
Get up for 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Kirill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So you guys can absolutely continue to discuss any measures that you'd like to take or actions that you'd like to take. But as you guys are eating your breakfast and taking it past that point and discussing your options, eventually a messenger wearing the brown attire of the Netmire wizards approaches you guys. It kind of stakes out the inn and looks at or looks around. Is like, oh, so that's that one. Kind of like maybe pointing out Yane. It's like, oh, it's that guy.
I flex
Yeah.
my pecs real quick.
The giant human being.
Yeah, he heads over to you guys. I believe that you guys are the group that requested some items. Is that correct?
Sounds right to me.
Well, if you are, I believe, Haldir, Yane, Kirill, Misha, Tammin, is that it?
Correct.
We are them.
Then I am for you. Let's return to the Netmire establishment and let's do some business.
Sounds great.
Give him a nod and stand up.
Okay. He brings you over to the establishment. To finding your way there, you find that most of the city streets have been cleared of snow. There's no ice or slick anywhere, but you do see these lumps of snow that you're just kind of occupying large like bricks almost that are set up on the street that weren't there before, using the snow. And there's still, probably about 3-4 inches of snow that are on the rooftops. But the streets are perfectly clear and walkable. You guys make your way towards the Netmire establishment that you were previously at. And the gentleman that you had previously worked with is sitting at the counter. And as you guys enter, you almost catch a glimpse of almost like nervousness as you guys approach. And he says, "Oh, well, welcome again."
Same guy, right?
It's the same guy. Yeah. It is a pleasure to see you guys. All of your goods, the ones that I was able to acquire, are set up in the back room. So if you'll please follow me.
I'm inside check him.
Same here. In the back room, huh?
Does he seem shady right now? Like, is he nervous?
Well, she said.
He is,
He said
yeah.
that he looked nervous.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
25.
29. I think his guy's leading us into some kind of trap.
He is nervous. I mean, that's freely given information. It's written very plainly on his face. It doesn't seem like he's lying, but he's scared. Not necessarily scared. That's probably the wrong word to use. I would say he is concerned about your presence. That's what I will say. And do you?
I'll ask him right out.
Yeah.
Is there something the matter? I mean.
Oh no. I won't be the one conducting the final sales on this one. I've got a high-ranking member of the Netmire is taking up the charge, a closer, if you would. So
Is that uncommon?
No, not at all. For high priority deals, and if I may be so bold, you guys bearing quite a bit of coin, this is fairly normal.
You don't seem the same you were the other day.
It's not every day that you see Eden. And he opened, yeah.
Okay.
He opens the door.
I'll follow.
Okay. So you guys are led into this down a short flight of stairs and into a well-lit room, and you can see that there are a number of items that are all lining this room. And there's a few chairs that are set out as well. There's a table that's set in the center of this, and everything's finely furnished. There's cloaks that are hanging over, or tarps that are hanging over the items and kind of like closing them up and hiding them from sight, essentially. And you see a middle-aged man who's dressed in the brown wizard attire of the Netmires, which is really like almost tight-fitting suit-like fashion. And he kind of looks up, and there's also another older looking woman with him who's got a piece of paper that's set to a clipboard, and she's looking like she's prepared to write things down, and the original vendor kind of gestures you guys in.
Is there chairs or?
Yep, there's some chairs for you guys to sit on.
I'll take a seat.
There's 5 exactly. Yep, and sitting across from you is this gentleman, and he kind of gestures to you. Please come in, take a seat. Thank you. You're dismissed. As he kind of gestures to the other Netmire representative, and he closes the door behind him as you guys all settle in. My name is Eden Netmire, and I was called in to close a deal with you, as you're apparently high priority individuals. The goods that I'm about to present to you are powerful. Some of them extremely so. It's in our best interest as an organization to ensure that these goods do not end up in the hands of individuals who will cause problems in the future. So I need to understand exactly who I'm selling to and why. This, of course, is confidential. But I need to protect the relationships that the Netmires have made. I need to understand what your aims are. You're buying very powerful equipment, capable of doing many things. And if you are capable of buying this equipment, unless you're nobly born, which, no offense, but taking a look at you, doesn't seem to be so, we need to discuss your intentions and how you got to where you are. Because if I just give this away, well, there could be trouble in the future for the Netmires. So, again, my name is Eden. This is my assistant. We will be taking some notes, but I assure you that this is all confidential.
Can I ask a question? Well, he said his name is, not to him, he said his name is Eden Netmire. Am I to presume that that's how any of these wizards would introduce himself, or is it like?
Yep. So you know that if you join an organization, that's your last name.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly understand why you want to go down the line of questioning, but I would think it's only right that we are also informed of who you are trying to protect. I mean, maybe we don't want to align ourselves with these organizations that you're representing.
Fair. Well, this is the difficult part of the negotiations here. I don't want to play my hand too much, and I'm sure you don't want to play yours either. We're dealing with some potentially region-changing altercations at this point. So we need to know and have a good understanding of each other. Now, the Netmires aren't going to get in your way, unless, of course, you're planning on committing mass genocide, in which case, then yes, we would get in your way. But for the most part, even if you were up against one of our allies, we would only be prompted and given the initiative to speak with them on behalf of the Netmires and let them know that goods traded hands and these people might be coming after you. Now, the Netmires are involved with just about everyone. The Knights of Karn, Bandors of Dartmouth, people in Gelrin, of course, most wealthy city in the world. Two Rivers, or rather New Rivers, and we have some dealings, or had some dealings with the Solurans in the past. We're connected, and that's why this is a process.
Can you elaborate on people in Gelrin? You mean individuals, or you mean the government?
Obviously,
or both.
there is an aspect of both. We do have individuals that we do frequent business with, in particular Balhumber. But
Yes, I've met.
as far as connections to their government, I can say that it has been chilly between Skull in general and Jelrin and Jepper as of late, since the new king has taken his throne. So, if that is your enemy, then there is no concern. We also come to this table as opportunity to guide the blade. So we understand that some of the people that come to us are powerful and are able to take on certain challenges. And if we can guide you in the direction that benefits Skull and benefits the region as a whole, then we would absolutely want to do that. So I have information available on any of the regions that you would so desire to know that I would willingly present to you.
Okay, are you familiar with the Sacantus Arcanum?
Sacantus Arcanum originates from Skull itself, so yes, of course. The Sacantus Arcanum are the wizards and witches, if you prefer that term, who make up the finest, most talented, and creative of each particular school of magic.
What do you know of
Yeah,
Mandout
and in
Dweir?
our experience, evil.
What do you know of Mandout Dweir? He claims to be of the Sacantus Arcanum, but has decidedly evil intentions as far as we're concerned.
Mandout Dweir is a interesting individual. The Sacantus Arcanum doesn't hold a particular office of power in Skull. It is just a reputation that these individuals have received, and is an organization outside of them, outside of Skull's hierarchy in and of itself. Their relation to each other is not exactly known, but we do know of each of these individuals, and they are expected to report to the Wizards of Skull at times to present findings. And because of that, they are benefactors of Skull's wealth.
Well,
large part.
If I wanted to find out the last time that an individual, say Mandout, reported any findings to the Wizards of Skull, where would I find that information?
I can give it to you quite plainly. It was 2 weeks ago, last Friday, that Mandout Dweir reported his last findings and presented to us a few new spells. They're being vetted right now.
did he report to you on the destruction of Solura? Or no?
No, that was not part of his report.
That he no doubt had a considerable hand in it. Of that,
That's
I'm
not-
sure.
Not information that he presented, nor was he obliged to do so. We have sent investigative parties to Solar to understand exactly what occurred. So far, we've received nothing in return. The Knights of Karn are also there, investigating. And a woman by the name of Rosalind Namina has claimed that she has married Jonathan Garrett. And they now preside over the remaining region of Solura in Orgenda as the capital,
Oh boy.
as king and queen.
That is categorically untrue and 100% false.
Do you mean that the information I present to you is a falsified fact, or...
I'm not saying that you're lying. I just know those things to not be true.
This is what I've been presented with. So
Oh,
I'll take my source's words for it.
Well,
As to the
Jonathan
validity of the statements,
is my father, so I think I would know, and theirs as well. And I regret to inform you, he's been dead for months.
forgive my question. You do not appear to be siblings in any sense of the manner.
oh, he was our adoptive father, and if you don't believe us,
Like has zone of truth on all this, on us, and if him, whatever. The table.
The assistant counterspells immediately. Please, it is unwise to make any of those actions now.
I'm just trying to prove the veracity of our statements and create a zone of truth to prove that we are telling the truth.
I understand and appreciate this, but let's leave it as is. Our words will suffice.
Okay.
Now, you contest the claims. Perfectly reasonable. Unfortunately, they have been backed and, for the most part, are being recognized in Solura as being true. She has a crown, which apparently is the way that you guys have chosen to decide leadership. An odd choice to be fine.
The crown that itself wreaked havoc by Mandout Dweer's hand on the whole of the region. That is true.
Again, these claims are wild. Do you have any proof?
The proof is that I'm standing here. You ask who our enemies are, how we came to be so powerful, or all of these things. It all started when that woman started fucking with our lives. I very much believe that she was in a large part behind the initial invasion of Solura, and it is by her order that the assassins came for our father, and that he's dead. We traveled all this way in hopes of finding the creator of said crown that she wears, who we believe, for many reasons, to still be alive.
Can you produce a body, lineage, paperwork, anything that would be official?
We had a will, didn't we?
I've got a sword. It's a gift from Jonathan Garrett.
It should have an engravement upon it, I believe.
I'll pull it out of the bag of holding. I don't know if it's of any proof, but
this is interesting information. Unfortunately, as I have said before,
also we hold a great deal of knowledge about other things. I'm sure you and your compatriots are aware of the device on Kirill's head. I'm sure it drew some eyes.
It did.
Probably heard of such a thing.
Yes, it has. And as a matter of fact, there's been a number of inquiries in the recent day about that particular piece in general. It's good that you're here now, because people might be tempted to make a play for it, if I'm being honest.
Well, we don't intend to stay for long. Came here because, quite frankly, it's the only place I was able to teleport us to. We need to gather some supplies and get back to our mission.
Which is?
Well, that's a long list there, friend. I don't know. Rid the world of evil. Protect the people. Fuck the Sun Elves. I don't know. All of those things. Solar Elves.
He raises an eyebrow at the Solar Elves comment.
We've encountered a couple so far. I know that they're responsible for the darkness that presides over the lands.
You've encountered
a
couple so far.
Also looking for
two, to be precise.
Free Lycidas.
Want to free the cities from the rule of giants. We also encountered many of them on our journey to Gelrin.
Free the cities from a rule of giants. Are you referring to Gendia?
Yes.
I'm afraid to inform you that Gendia has been destroyed.
Maybe not Gendia. There's another one. What was the other one?
That was the one with the
Gendia was the one that you guys visited. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can only do so much. What else? Remove the demons that are residing over the citizens of Gelrin from their place of power. I don't know. There's a lot of things I would like to do.
Also,
Then
clear the
there are a lot
hollow
of
peaks of the salamanders and the wicked djinn. Kill. There's a nest of mind flayers that we have particular interest in.
I wish to also
he raises his
dismantle
eyebrow again.
Mandal Dwyer, man who killed our brother and lit all of Solura aflame with his greed for power.
So, okay.
Man who we encountered directly numerous times, and who is apparently capable of duplicating himself into creatures of like golems or something. I don't know. We killed it, and it's not dead, and
I hope at
I
the
got his
very
head
least,
and all that stuff.
even if you don't believe our claims, that you at least judge our intent as one of trying to protect the region.
And if you don't believe,
We've already been recognized by the Knights of Karn that you spoke about. We took down hundreds of Sycothids over near Pix.
Hundreds of Sycothids.
Yes.
And for our
That is
heroism,
correct.
we were made.
You can confirm with them, I'm sure.
We are not of noble birth, but the Knights of Karn have granted us lands upon the Riverlands.
I wouldn't be so sure about that particular claim unless you've been there yourself. The Knights of Karn are dubious in that regard.
We definitely haven't been
payment. They promise payment and they do not return on it.
No,
the Knights of Karn are a particular problem. They've been secretive and exclusive in their regard for the current events that have been transpiring, particularly with the incident near Pix. You say you have first-hand accounts. You were there when the darkness struck.
That is where we first... Well, not first. That is where... One of the places we encountered Mandal Dwyer, and a Solar Elf, and the Knights of Karn, and the Sycothid, yes.
Sycothid. Could you describe the Sycothid that you saw and their capabilities? And he kind of gestures to his assistant.
Well, they like spitting acid everywhere. They have about 4 limbs. They're quite adept at parrying, and seem to like dark, disgusting places. And they seem to really have sort of a hive there.
There's all varieties of them. There's ones that shoot like natural bombs, acid bombs, and there's ones that wield weapons, and there's like little tiny ones that are like drones or something.
They're like bombs, yeah.
They are incredibly
snack bars.
They are incredibly scared. They incredibly scared of light.
Oh, they also love to emit ear-piercing screeches.
Seems fairly consistent with our other reports. You see that Pix is not the only event that has happened. There's been an incident of darkness near Khaldun.
We were just
south of Fairmire, there's a similar
when
one.
This one occurred.
And also near Fest, there was another one.
It's also, as I said, where we encountered the Solar Elf. It's resided.
And could you describe her to me? Or them, rather. Not her, because I know who it is.
Oh, I don't know. Awfully mean little bitch.
Yeah,
called me scum for being a half elf and all that.
They have golden skin, and she reside underneath a tree that seemed to emit a glowing light that repulsed the darkness. Very secretive.
We know her. We know her name. I don't have it on my list of notes.
You're speaking of Aveen, then, the guardian of that tree.
That sounds right.
Okay. And
we also encountered another elf, Solar Elf, but much later in our travel.
This gentleman, can you
Mercadian.
describe him with me? Yes, Mercadian.
Oh, I guess we didn't learn her name.
What could be Mercadian, another golem-like creature thing that claims to know everything Mercadian knew, and I would say that it appears that is true.
And you encountered him where?
In the Hollow Peaks, of course.
In Dwarven City, within the Hollow Peaks, within the tower that contained this crown.
Yes, that crown.
He did ask that.
That's also where we, no big deal. cured the great ancient dragon Sorendor.
We had
I'm
heard
sure you've heard
rumors
of him.
of a situation, and Sorendor is in our records as well. You had spoken of Mercadian Sessol. He was a friend of Dolometh, who founded the Hollow Peaks, and as far as we know,
He may be listed as a friend. I don't suspect that's actually the case. Though history may remember him as so, I don't believe that to be true. Maybe a friend at times, but ultimately I think he sought to undermine and take power for himself. But continue.
that's an interesting claim. And why would you have extra information as opposed to what we have in the history books?
Well, we did meet effectively him. We also met Sorendor himself after. Not first of all the real Sorendor, but also the Sorendor inside of a recreation, a remnant of history, which we were required to reenact all of Dolometh's great achievements in order to gain access to this crown. And I would say it is incredibly likely, though I am not positive, that he, Mercadian, is indirectly, if not directly, responsible for Sorendor turning into the monster that he was before we freed him.
You can see that the system is like furiously scribbling. Like she's just writing it extremely fast to try and keep up with everything that you guys are saying. But Eden looks completely unfazed. I mean, he's just kind of nodding along.
If you need proof that we encountered Sorendor, I can tell you that it was him who constructed the devices that prevent the darkness, told us all about it in not only the remnant of history, but also when we relieved him. He's been gone for long enough that he was unaware of the destruction of the other continent, and I believe he is headed there with post haste to investigate himself.
Does the name Sol Arquette mean anything to you?
Yes. It's the god that the Dark Elves worship.
The Dark Elves?
Not Dark Elves, the Solar Elves, right? I believe.
That depends on your point of view. Maybe they are dark elves.
The creator god. No, that's not Solar Cat.
It's like the god of chaos.
Varlixis, Solar Cat.
I believe he's like sealed away at the moment or something, and somehow the Sixth are tied. I don't quite remember.
Sure. There are elements to that. Huh.
As you can see, we're not some random people who make up stories.
Do you think anyone could have bullshitted all that?
Of course not. Of course not. And I respect what you've gone through. If your tales are true, then you have lived through a very dark time. I apologize that occurred to you.
No, not a problem at all. But now that we've given you our courtesy, is there anything you think that we should know that you may not have told us yet? Just about things at large, things that are going on that maybe we have missed? We've been in the Hollow Peaks for the last week.
As you have said, or as I have said, rather, you are Solurans, it seems to be. You claim to be the adopted sons and daughters of Solura, Jonathan Garrett, rather. And if that is true, then, as I have stated, this Rosalind Namina is a pretender. It doesn't particularly matter in the political realm because she has the full support of Solura.
That Mr. Jonathan Garrett is also roosting as king up in Namina. When
they may have his body.
Well, we know they have his body, but for the record, I watched our father die.
No, he did die. My point is, they might have a walking dead.
Yes, we left his body there.
No, we messaged We messaged the Shade.
Yes.
And the Shade told us the body was destroyed.
Oh, did
Thought
they
the
mention
body
that
was destroyed, or
specifically?
said the body was destroyed? I can't
Said
remember.
the body was destroyed.
Shade of Lucidus.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, never mind. But either way, I know for a fact that I watched our father die, and
Yeah.
that is not him. There may be one who claims his name sitting upon the throne, but it is not the Jonathan Garrett that we know.
There was a
and you
whole
know.
thing with a will and a bank, and how do they not have the paperwork?
I imagine it's because it's in your possession. If I had to guess.
Yeah, there's bag of holding has
Yes.
the will.
I might. Do I? I don't know.
I think you probably do. In any case, I will give you a brief rundown of the situation as Netmeyers see it, but your individual aims and goals may be different, so do with this information what you will. The Knights of Karn, as I've said before, are being particularly secretive and exclusive in their investigations. They have excluded and oftentimes fought with our own investigators in Solura at this sanctum that you so call it, the origin of the explosion.
Yes.
They
It's from the
also
crown.
deflected us at Pix, but we know with certainty that they recovered an artifact from them, from that location.
Well,
and we
they
believe
didn't
it.
recover it. We
Yes,
did.
We recovered it, and they forced us to give it to them, quite frankly. We had no
Yeah, there was
options.
hundreds of them.
We
That
had no other
sounds-
recourse.
That sounds like the Knights of Karn.
And there was the princes of Jelvin are also there.
They claimed to make us lords of
That's true.
Morocco,
The
I think.
Cambion princes of Jelvin
But
were, in
after
fact,
hearing what you
also
have to
at
say
there.
about their promises, I find that unlikely to be true.
Please go back. You said the Cambion princes of Jelrin were there.
Yes, in Pix. They were
Explain.
working with Mando Dweir until they decided to betray him.
But this whole
Nash.
conversation, me just like looking around for someone to try and cut their throats while everybody's spilling like everything out.
No, it's just this.
I'm like
it's
incredibly bored with you.
Just this, yeah, it's just this guy and an assistant. He's
Want
scribbling
to arm
notes.
wrestle, Misha?
Nash and
Carter.
I don't know, the other one
Let's
and
do
the
it.
girl.
Let's roll.
There's so many people. I can't remember all their names.
Contesting strength checks.
The other one was Arter.
Ardor, yeah.
You say or claim they're Cambions.
I know they're Cambions. I have not a doubt in my mind, good sir.
And they call themselves princes of Jelrin. You,
Well, they are the princes of Jelrin. Yes, their mother or father, whichever one I don't remember,
Father.
is the new. Yeah, it's their father's the king.
Mathiel. He just came to power within the last few months, and you're contesting or saying that this man is a demon.
Yes,
I-
unequivocally.
Well, without a doubt. He even gave us a mission of sorts, and
Do you have another name for him then?
for who?
This king, Mathiel.
No, I've never met the king. It's we don't believe necessarily that the Nash, his son, I believe the eldest son, is necessarily
reports, yes.
aligned with him. I think they might have They might have separate goals. So we never interacted with the king or met him personally, though we did meet the others.
That is very interesting. To be brief,
This is all very connected, you have to understand, because you see, Nash, she'd asked us to take care of a weapon creating facility, and we were in the Hollow Peaks for quite frankly for another reason, but we did encounter it, and we did attempt to deal with it, and we kind of did, and that is where we come from recently. And we also know that Mandau is there and is involved, and yeah. So this all kind of goes together, you see.
I do, in a fashion. So, from our understanding, and this is some confidential information that I am transpiring to you, we believe that Jepper, as a faction, has subjugated Solura in a very real sense. Soldiers from Jepper are protecting this new queen and king, and are utilizing the resources of Solura as a means to an end.
Yeah, you are correct. I mean, that is why that Jepper is where what's-her-face comes from, the Namina woman. And she was certainly involved in the war versus the Soluran War, and I'm quite sure that she intended to make the Jepper army appear to be allies and use them to stab Solura in the back. I have no doubt about that.
Well, she has been very successful because she's queen. In any case, we need, as a city-state, to understand exactly what Jepper wants to do in the future. You said you attacked a weapons facility, and hopefully, and it seems to be, that you were successful in disarmament. Do you have any idea about where those weapons were aimed?
Well, we think there's factionalism among the between the princes of Jepper or Jelarin and their father.
The weapons were being produced, to my knowledge, for the king or the queen or some combination of the two. I don't know that their marriage is very legitimate, but I don't have anything to back that up. It's just kind of my feelings on it. I can show you what they're producing. I have one on me.
Please. He gestures.
I'll pull out one of the lava pikes.
This could be a rather deadly weapon in the hands of even a unskilled individual. Although charging it seems to be a problem.
Well, they made a lot of them. I mean, I could just have easily have brought hundreds of them.
They subjugated the dwarves who were living there and forced them into slavery to make these.
Does it not need lava to charge? So.
And they also command quite a number of salamanders.
Surely.
I do not know what their intents are. I just know that Freddy.
You said that you were contracted or ordered to take out this facility. You took a job. Who gave you that job?
Nash.
Oh boy.
Nash gave you that job.
Though I don't necessarily. I don't mean to imply that we're his ally. I don't know that we are. I don't know his aims or intents. I just know that he asked us to do something and we needed money, and he's not really the kind of guy you want to say no to.
And yes, it's our theory that there's factionalism. They're duplicitous beings.
I understand. Did he give you any indication as to where these weapons were being pointed? You see that I am specifically looking out for Skull in this. I need to understand what
It's my belief they could very easily attack Skull if they wish to.
They have a teleportation
circle. Part of the reason we left the mountain is because we knew we could go back at any time. They have multiple teleportation circles that I was able to attune to, and well, there's a lot of them.
Sure.
And so I don't know where all of the teleportation circles in this world are. I doubt many people do, but I know there's some here, and I know there's some in Jelrin. So, or not.
We do have the capability of getting people to Jelrin as well. We are connected, and we intend to remain as neutral as we can up to a point. This is concerning news. pales in comparison to anything else that I might provide to you.
I would
Right.
also say that Mercadian, the Solar Elf, who we were referring
Yes.
to earlier, he appears to have aligned with Mandau Dweir and whoever else is producing these weapons as well. So I don't know if that's in a singular, as an individual or as a representative of sorts for the Solar Elves, but I can't really say in that matter.
So far as we know, the Solar Elves have been extinguished, and the few that remain are remnants of a past time. So far as we know.
I don't know that that sounds right to me. Who would have extinguished them? Quite powerful individuals.
That is true.
They command to some extent the Sycophid, and the Sycophid certainly still exist. As I said, we
Also
fought hundreds of them. I don't have any reason to believe they don't exist.
Our reasons for believing not that they do not exist, but that they have ceased to exist for a while is their lack of presence. The darkness that occurred some 50 years ago was cut short, and for whatever reason, the Sycophid have made little impact since then. Hopefully, that remains to be the case. As it stands now, we've uncovered a number of ruins where the Solar Elves seem to have resided, but we've found very few, if any, living ones.
Well, I
Aveen,
believe
that woman at the Grove, seems
normally
to be the only one
you would
we
have
know.
to take a teleporter to reach their lands.
That very well may be true. They may be part of a different plane. But for our purposes, as it currently stands, we do not deem them to be a threat. That may be a miscalculation. I have decided that we can do business. I trust that your intentions, as far as they are currently stated to me, are worth our goods. I will say that as part of this transaction, we do have a bit of obligation to understand where you may end up. Should you die, we do want to recover these items as quickly as possible. In
Our
any
immediate
case,
destiny lies in the Hollow Peaks. After that, I can't quite say.
What if only one of us dies?
Likely
Do
be
the others not
either
approve
the
it?
Maw or Solera, by the sounds of things. But
or
Hollow Peaks is probably
Jelrin.
first on the
Hollow
menu.
Peaks.
Well, Hollow Peaks is definitely the first thing, I think.
you've spoken about a teleportation circle. That's how you arrived here.
Well, we
Do
didn't
you
use
have?
it, but I know how to get to theirs. There's 3 of them, presuming
you
they haven't
ju-
been dismantled in the last 2 days.
Could you draw it for me?
Am I capable of doing that?
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
it's in your book, right?
All of them?
Yep. Well, if you
I'll
would.
Giving this information up for free, huh? I guess we're being cordial here.
I mean, he's gonna charge us for items, and then he's gonna take them off of our corpses.
Well, he's just a businessman doing
If
business.
I'm dead, I don't care who gets my things.
Yeah, but
Quite
how dare we could have your things?
well,
Oh, we'll
yeah, I
take
think
them.
he means if we all die.
Obviously, in that scenario, ownership would pass to your brothers and sisters.
Compatriots.
Yeah, I'll draw
Our
them all.
favorite word.
There's not real. They are all in literally the same room, so I don't know how helpful the
Yeah, it
additional
wouldn't
ones will
matter.
be, but I'll do so.
Mhm.
You should maybe prepare for them to think that we know about their circles, so I want to be careful using them.
Certainly. We have
I
no
also
intention of using it, but
am aware that there are demons who use these teleportation circles to get to that place as well.
demons.
Yes.
Be more specific.
Oh, some lady who was real mad we were fucking with them teleported out of there with like 4 bearded devils, and I mean we killed her,
2
but
bearded devils, but yes.
just a demon devil things. They'll be back at some point.
As they often are. Like I have said, you've provided us with a great deal of useful information, and if we can be of service to you in any way, then we shall. In regards to your first and initial request, we have provided the goods that you have requested. And he kind of gestures to his assistant again, who quickly finishes writing notes and brings him a box. And he opens the box, and you see that there's 3 rings set in there initially. And he goes into... On the right, you see here, this silver band is a ring of mental fortitude. It'll give you proficiency in wisdom saves and advantage on all wisdom saving throws. It's attuned 8,950 gold pieces. At the center, you have the Ring of Beguile. The golden band, the snake emblem. It gives you advantage on all wisdom saves versus charm effects, and when you're successful versus a charm effect, you can convince the caster that you are under the effects of the spell. Just to basically disguise the fact that their spell failed. And on the left, Krunai, the Mind Shield. This allows you, it's a ring.
Okay.
It allows creatures with telepathy. They cannot speak with you. You are immune to charm effects. Your thoughts can't be read. And you impose disadvantage on insight checks made against you. And you and a 20-foot radius around you cannot be scryed on. It's attuned. And it's 22,000 gold pieces for this.
I was going to say, sounds pretty expensive.
So these items were in regards to the anti-charm effects that you had described before. You had spoken a bit on Mind Flayers. I will say, briefly, that goblin attacks have been on the rise in a very coordinated fashion. We understand that the Mind Flayers to be in league with the goblins.
Oh, and that makes sense. We did kill a lot of fucking goblins controlled by something.
Yeah. In that regard, they enlightened
all these things that keep a lot of stuff.
We've been through a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
In any case, these are your options in this regard. We could scour the city again if you so choose, if nothing is fitting. And he gestures the lady to pull another cloak, and she pulls down a set of armor that you see available to you. And he's just kind of gesturing at each one. There's just a suit of chain, there's leather, there's studded leather, there's all sorts of options here. Plate as well. These are our standard issue for our guard in Skull. Each one of these suits of armor has 3 sets of charges. It can be utilized as a reaction to any spell being cast at you with a damaging effect. You will gain advantage on a saving throw versus that spell, as well as the ability to resist that damage from the spell as well. 3 charges again. Each one of those suits, ranging from the padded armor to the plate, is 1,000 to 9,000 gold pieces. Beyond those 3 charges, they are not magical. It's important to note. If you're looking for modifications to your armament, and he gestures again. He reveals a number of fine suits of plate and chain. All of these are provided with the capability of deflecting missiles and weapons of a mundane sort, and likewise, in a more extreme fashion than a normal suit of armor, they're capable of sustaining heavy damage. Each one of these is around 10,000 to 15,000 gold pieces, plus 2 modification. I want to be technical. As far as straight resistances go, and he gestures again, and she reveals more armor suits. These will be resistant to fire, acid, and lightning damage. And then he gestures again. These will be resistant to cold, thunder, and necrotic. Prices ranging from 11,000 to 16,000, depending on the set. You guys were looking at weapons, and he gestures with his other arm. And the assistant runs over, pulls a sheath, and there's nothing in it initially to him. And you see him pull from the sheath, but there's no blade. This is Gadsteel, the Hidden. A short sword, always invisible, has a mind of its own, provides a d6 to hit, or a d6 for damage, and +2 to all damage, -1 to hit. All attacks made with this short sword are made with advantage against a creature using sight, with no see invisibility or true sight or anything like that. But it does have a mind of its own, and Gadsteel is known to run off.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I am not interested in something where I might not be able to control it.
And that will run you.
No, wait, we're talking about a talking sword here.
Yes, we are.
How do we
This
not?
this sword personally doesn't speak.
Yes,
But it does have a way of
its own.
it does have a way of finding its way free of its owner. You have to keep a very close eye on it. So if you cannot personally see invisibility, I would not mess with Gadsteel. In any case, I have more. And she reveals again, just like this table. She pulls off a cloth, and there's these 2 great axes that are set on the table. And she kind of like hefts one, and she's like struggling with it a little bit. And she's kind of presenting it. It's a crescent cleaver with 2 cruel hooks at the top. It's got a cool bluish hue to it. Kind of gestures to it. So this is the Stride Cleaver. It's a +2 great axe, and once per short rest, you may take disadvantage on an attack roll to deal 1 extra dice worth of damage. The target must make a con save versus the damage dealt, and if they fail by more than 15, their speed is 0. Otherwise, it is halved for a round. That is attuned. And then she lifts another one, and actually, she doesn't touch it. She just gestures to it. So this is Calheed, a crimson-stained black wood of the shaft, and the double-headed axe of it looks perpetually wet with blood. Calheed, the Force of Will, is a +3 great axe, and once per short rest, you may choose to expend 15 life to swing 1 additional time during your attack action. This attack deals +14 damage.
Fuck.
Damn.
This weapon itself is sentient.
Oh, even better. I got somebody to talk
Hannah
to.
doesn't want
Written all
voices
over
in
it.
his head, but you ain't
And attuned. 87,000 gold pieces for this.
How much gold do we have?
not that much. I'll tell you that.
7,000.
And then she-
87,000
Can I sell one of my
gold pieces.
comrades?
And he gestures towards the next item.
Kirill might be worth somewhere around that much.
And she pulls the drape on an intricately designed breastplate of steel and silver with skulls adorning it on either shoulder. It looks almost delicate, but at the same time, it gives off almost a sense of dread. This is Wensen Narabi, the Death Gate. Any undead that you deem worthy within 20 feet suffer D12 necrotic damage at the start of your turn, and you also recover hit points equal to 1/4 of the damage dealt every round.
Question.
Wow.
It's pretty.
When you
It
say
deals
that,
necrotic
Tom.
damage to undead?
Yep.
so does it heal them?
Yeah, that's
No,
what
no,
I'm
no.
thinking.
It heals
Okay.
you It heals you.
Yeah, but usually
necrotic
necrotic damage
to
kills
undead
undead,
is
right?
Interesting.
Now, necrotic to undead does damage undead, just so you guys know,
Yeah,
for the most part.
It's
Yeah.
just a weird,
Yeah.
mental thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Mhm.
I guess
I like the skulls.
It's like decaying their
Yeah.
body further.
Tell
or
me
something.
more.
That's how I'll
I like the
rationalize
skulls
it.
too.
You're also able to heal any worthy undead that you deem in a likewise manner by D12, and you take damage equal to a fourth of the damage that you heal. In addition to that, you gain an extra third and fourth spell slot. It is attuned.
You said that was like
this-
a breastplate or a chest. What kind of
Yep.
armor?
Sorry. Yeah, it's a +3 breastplate.
Okay.
And
that's 95,000. Okay,
Do
continue.
you have any type of payment plan?
Yeah, that's what I was like. We need
have
a
a
lot of
pay-as-you-go
goddamn
structure?
fucking money.
How much is
Uh,
that?
that is 112,000 gold pieces.
112. Gold.
I'll be honest
life,
with you. That's
life
a little
gold.
bit out of the range.
If
Friendo.
Misha's like gonna just hit you and be like, no, eventually.
Yes, but not currently.
wait,
Misha.
Not currently. No, we don't have that much money.
I'll pat her
How
on
much
the
is
head.
the
Take
how
the
much
lot.
is the Yane weapon thing? That's obviously just Yane.
87,000 gold.
So we need 87,000 gold plus 112,000. I'm just adding
we
all
don't
this
have
up.
that much. Yeah,
We
that's
don't right now.
we
Can I
don't-
sell my
right now.
body?
We could
Yeah,
probably
going-
scrape together 87 if we tried.
if we sold,
Going
if
back.
I walked out of here naked, I'm sure we could do it.
No,
I happily
Please,
will not
please.
walk out there naked
I have
for
a few more
sentient
pieces
ass.
that I would like to describe before
Yeah, I
you
don't
guys
care.
get too excited.
The excitement is over.
This is a Tendoni's bell. It is a larger silver bell that allows you to cast Speak with Dead once per long rest. You only get 2 questions with this one particular spell, but it also adds 1d6 to your Toll the Dead cantrip. And finally, we have a set of potions here. I have a potion of Storm Giant Strength. I have a potion of Hill Giant Strength. I have a potion of Mind Muddling. This one might be more interesting to you. It gives you advantage on wisdom saves, but disadvantage on intelligence checks for about 12 hours. Then I have potions of healing, greater 44 plus 6. Those will run you about 500 gold pieces each. And then I have grand healing potions. That is going to be 8d4 plus 12. And those will run you about 2,000 gold pieces a piece. So if you're looking to do business, I'm here and
How
available.
much is the bell?
The bell, let me pull that up. That is 3,500 gold pieces.
That was a 1d6 to Toll the Dead in addition to the Speak with Dead twice per.
Once per long rest, you get to ask 2 questions.
Okay. And it was just
I'll
that.
take 2 of
Okay.
those greater healing potions. The 4d4 plus 6. Is that what they were?
44 plus 6, yes. That's going to be... Actually, it is 44 plus 8. And that is 500 gold pieces a piece.
Each. Yeah, I'll take 2.
Yane,
Mark
how much
it
money
down.
do you have on you?
Me?
No, Yane. I can't have enough for my bell, but I might
Just
have.
under
a-
3K.
I was like, I've got 2,400.
Do you want the bell?
Well, the bell would be nice for the Toll the Dead 1d6, but
Well, we have
getting him an axe.
38,000 party gold at the moment.
I
I'll
honestly
put in
think
whatever for Misha.
I think Yane's axe though would be pretty
There's
fucking
no way we
sweet.
can really get
I
that
just-
without really selling a lot of our other items, like the dragon scales. We just have to give all those up.
Going back to were there mind control, like charm resistant rings?
Yeah.
Yes, the charm resistant
we
rings.
definitely want some of those.
There was 3 of them that I presented to you.
there
Yeah,
was one
excellent.
for resisting charm.
And then how much were those again?
So the Ring of Mental Fortitude that provides you with proficiency in wisdom saving throws and advantage on all wisdom saving throws. That is an attuned item. That is 8,950 gold pieces. The Ring of Beguile, that is advantage on wisdom saving throws versus charm effects specifically, and the ability to hide the fact that you've saved against
That's
them.
a really fucking good one.
That is 7,000 gold pieces, and it is not attuned. Same thing with Crune, the Mind Shield, which is the protection against telepathy, mind-reading thoughts, and immunity to charm effects, as well as imposing disadvantage on insight checks made against you, and the inability to be scryed upon, all without being a attuned item, is 22,000 gold
I
pieces.
think, obviously, those last two items are the most important ones for us.
I think the one that helps you avoid charm effects, especially considering we're dealing with Cambions.
Yeah, I mean,
And
all
Mind
the
flayers.
wisdom
and the mind
save
flayers.
stuff is probably better. And then the AoE thing is really good, obviously.
Can't be scryed upon because I get the feeling we're being scryed upon a lot.
We are, because the guy literally said he was scrying on me all the time. Last time I got my sword appraised.
I mean, like, I don't know if it's possible. I know that the rings are really good. I really wanted the rings, but
I want to buy the first ring.
The Ring of Mental Fortitude. Again, that is an attuned item, just so you know.
Yeah.
I only have 2 at the moment,
Well, that would complete
and I
the
also
thing.
think that one's the best.
So that would be 8,900 gold pieces.
Think about Boots of Soft.
I don't think you said it was that much. Are you including
he
his
did. He
potions or
said
something?
8,900. No, that was just for the ring.
8,950 is the
I
ring.
thought the first one was the cheapest.
No, the second one is the cheapest. It only gives you advantage on charm saves,
Oh, okay.
and you can hide that you succeeded against a charm. And that is 7,000 gold pieces. So slightly less, but it
I
does
thought
come
one
with
of them
the
was like
benefit.
5. Did I mishear that?
No, the mind meddling potions, which do give you advantage on wisdom saves for a time. Each one of those is going to run you about 500 gold pieces.
I'll take one of those.
Okay.
This
I think-
+2 leather armor that I have is not attuned, I believe. Is that correct? It's not written that way in the party-owned magic items.
I do not believe that it is.
And the Hordebreaker short bow. I just want to make sure that I'm accurately recording that I think I'm only using one attuned slot with the Nimbus
I think that the armor itself is attuned because it has like an active effect.
Yeah.
And I
that's
do
what
do
thought.
believe that even both of those items are attuned items.
So
if I have
my
not
maximum
previously
of 3
stated.
attuned items currently.
That last ring, though, sounds very, very good.
The what? The last ring or the other
Yeah, the
two?
last ring where it gives you immunity to mind
Yeah.
control charm effects, and gives a party-wide advantage on.
No.
Party-wide
No,
immunity
that's
to
just
scrying.
anti-scrying.
Not even
Which
party-wide,
I
it's just
think
people
that's
in a certain
20
range of
feet.
you.
20 feet.
I
Yeah.
think that's a little bit of a gold trap for us, because, like, yeah, it's
I'll
good.
be right back.
It gives
while you guys
immunity,
discuss.
though.
The scrying thing is, like, not that good in terms of, like, I think getting a whole other ring and still having more money than just buying that one ring is probably better.
Mandow's watching us. I fucking know he is.
That's
Could
not
be.
going to change anything. How often are we all within 20 feet of each other?
Yeah, that's unrealistic to
Pretty often.
constantly
I
have.
mean, 20 feet is not that big.
That's not that often.
Every single time we engage in combat of any variety, we're easily more than 20
Yeah,
feet
but
apart.
that's a tiny fraction of our
I hear
time.
what you're saying. I just think that if we buy that, we're kind of like not able to buy anything else, and I think there are really good items on offer.
Oh yeah, not getting
I mean, we're only going to
fucking-
buy one, maybe 2 things.
Not getting mind controlled by mind flayers is pretty huge.
Yeah, I understand that.
That one
Yeah,
is
but that's
huge.
still only one person.
What does your crown give? Does that give you advantage against that stuff? You definitely need to be.
No,
the
I'm
person-
immune to charm, but
Yeah.
So's Yane.
So am I.
yeah, so we need 3 rings to immune to
Well,
charm.
I mean, not everyone has to be completely immune for us to fight any mind flayers. It's just gonna help.
How long does this potion last? I assume they
The
would
reason
know
I was
that.
asking
like,
that is
right?
because the
12 hours.
biggest threat to our party of being mind controlled is whoever's wearing the crown, which is Kirill, who's currently
I'm immune
immune.
to charm.
That's what I'm saying. So you're like, I'm saying that if I just get it, it's not like if I get mind controlled, it's gonna suck. But I don't think
I
that's
will
like
state-
party ending.
I will state, Eden speaks up, that we are looking into purchasing that crown from you. We would happily do that for 150,000 gold pieces.
No thanks.
I just laugh.
The crown of
150,000.
Dolomet
Don't
for
insult us, good sir.
If we sold the last of our dragon scales, how much money was that worth again?
That was worth 40,000. Is what you
40,000 plus the 30
sold the first ones.
the party. Then would put us up to 70,000.
I mean,
really,
can I just
we
say
could
this, and I feel
get
like this
that.
always happens
I'm
in
saying.
transactions? We don't have to spend all of our money right now.
You don't have to, but that axe
But
is
it's also
so
worthless.
it's so good.
It's plus 14 damage
Yeah,
once
the
a day.
axe is
Is that it?
amazing.
It's plus like no, it was more than that. Like sorry, Tom, can you go over the axe again? Because like I'm like
It's a +3 weapon, sentient. Once per day, you can take damage to deal an additional attack, and that attack does plus 14 damage if it hits.
That is very good.
it's a +3,
If
so
I
that
can
makes
recall
it
correctly.
makes it a magic
Yeah,
weapon,
plus-
right?
Oh yeah, it's magic.
Like
It's
it's
also-
magic, it's magic
I mean,
damage.
it
Plus
offers
3 to
you.
hit, plus 3 to damage. Yes.
Yeah.
It deals. You take 15 damage, but you get to swing an additional attack, and that's once per short rest. And the attack deals plus 14 damage. That's correct. It is an attuned weapon.
Just the extra attack, he means, in case anyone's confused.
Just the extra attack. Yes.
Oh, just the extract is only worth 14. There's no modifiers on that.
There's 14 plus 3, so 17 damage plus your other modifiers.
Okay, so the modifiers do add in. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know, like what are you using right now, Yane? Out of curiosity. 'Cause
Just a 200 mace
it's
plus
a plus
2.
2 mace, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
I mean,
actually
that-
a maul, right? It's like a two-handed weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would blow through the dragon scales and it would blow through our party savings, but I'd give up my 2,000.
I mean, I
400
don't
gold
need
and
it. It just sounds fun.
No, but it would be really good, I think. I would give up my +2 shield too. I don't know how much that would sell for.
You should not do that.
I should
Give up literally
Don't do
everything I
that.
have.
Yane's weapon alone, I would definitely buy off of you guys for at least 25,000 gold pieces.
Oh, look, that would make
Oh,
a
well,
big
that makes
difference
a
right there.
huge.
Yeah.
What about this? The robes of fucking sheer, the sheer shadow.
So do you pull them out?
Oh yeah.
He kind of looks at them for a second. You killed one of. You took this off the corpse of one of Mendowdweir's.
Yes, so we were not lying to you.
Yeah.
They were all like
Think I'm talking
painfully
shit,
Still,
bud?
honest.
even after all that, you still believed we were.
Yes, I mean, I even offered to.
I also put on
Cast
that
a spell to prove we were
accursed
telling the
ring we
truth.
had. That was a big mistake.
I didn't want to show him, but yeah, I'll happily show him
It's
now.
hilarious. Yeah, please do.
Oh, what are you showing him?
The robes.
What we're talking about.
Oh, the ropes. Okay.
The robes of sheer shadow.
Yeah. This is an interesting piece. Not necessarily because of the magic that it holds, but because of what it is in general. I would give you 2,000 gold pieces for it, but it's probably worth more than that to someone else, depending on who you reach out to.
Why do you say it's an interesting piece then?
Proves that you killed one of their order. EP.
It's one of the Sacantus Arcanum's pieces, of course. The effect itself, the ability to meld into shadows, is not exactly uncommon here.
Yeah.
But the veneer of the item itself is worth something.
Understood.
I don't think we have much use for it, so
I've yet to use it. Totally not at all.
It's 2,000 more gold. These items, is it possible to come back when we have more money? Like when I have
And what we're at, like
12,000 gold just randomly laying around?
78.
Of course, these items are available to you now, and they will be available to you later. I understand that there may be other buyers who look for this and look for these items. Also understand that we have many more available to us in Skull and throughout. So we may be able to find things that accommodate your needs in the future. As the Netmeyers do, we acquire things.
I want the breastplate eventually, but
Wasn't it only like 3,000 gold?
breastplate's 112,000.
Yeah. I was
Oh
thinking it's
no,
the
yeah,
most
I'm thinking of the
expensive
bell. Okay. never
It
mind.
was a nice.
It's also an
item.
insane item,
It was
but
a nice item. No, but other than and I think like the ring. So wait, do we still have a 7,000 gold ring up for avoiding charm that has nobody's bought?
Yeah, no one's bought that.
I mean, it only gives you advantage. I think the immunity one would be better.
Well, the immunity one doesn't work.
The immunity one
doesn't
doesn't really do anything else, though.
It prevents you from being mind controlled, but it doesn't stop you from being charmed. Charmed effects, you're counting fear, right, as well?
So, Krune, the Mind Shield. Again, creatures can only speak to you with telepathy if you want them to. So it blocks out telepathy. You're immune to charm effects. Your thoughts cannot be read. You impose disadvantage on insight checks made against you. And you and a 20-foot radius around you cannot be scryed on. That is 22,000 gold pieces. Or, excuse me. Yeah, 22,000. And it's also not an attuned item. So it just does not require attunement. The Ring of Beguile, which also doesn't require attunement, gives you advantage on wisdom saves. It's only 7,000 gold pieces. It gives you advantage on wisdom saves versus charm effects specifically.
Okay.
And so it's basically like the elvish trait in general. And then when you are successful against a wisdom save for a charm effect, you can choose to hide the fact that you're not charmed by them, so they can think that the
you
spell
can play it off as I'm charmed when you're not.
Yeah, the spell worked, but they don't know that that's the case. That also is not a spell or a ring that requires attunement. The ring that does require attunement is the Ring of Mental Fortitude, which Haldir has stated that he wants to purchase. It gives
Not sure
proficiency
anymore.
in wisdom
It's a lot
saving
more
throws.
expensive than I thought. But yeah.
Proficiency in wisdom
proficiency.
saving throws and advantage on wisdom saving throws.
And
You're
advantage
right.
on wisdom saving throws.
That
yes.
alone might be worth that much money, actually. That's extremely good.
I already have advantage on saving throws against charm, so I don't think I should need that.
Yeah, it would be probably for somebody else. I don't know. I have 3 wisdom. So obviously, I'm not proficient in it, but does anyone have like shit wisdom saves?
You.
Yeah, I'm the
like my
worst,
wisdom
right?
gets a +9 on saving throws.
Well, if I had the ring, theoretically, I'd have +7. With
Misha already has
bonus.
proficiency in wisdom
And
saving
then I
throws,
would
right?
gain
Yeah, that's what I
advantage.
was saying,
So
is I'm at a
it'd basically
+9.
be fucking impossible to charm me as well. And
Oh yeah.
and you have rage makes you unable to be charmed too, right? For you.
Oh,
So he basically can't be charmed even without items.
I mean, I have to rage, so that's a problem in itself.
I guess for you that is a problem.
But you'd have to drop one of your current items to wear it. Damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Which I mean, I guess would be
I
the
would
bow.
probably be the
The-
bow. Yeah.
The effects of the bow, the part that requires attunement is the additional.
The additional attack, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem terrible. It would still be firing magical attacks, right? Because it's still a +1 bow.
Yes.
That seems pretty good. To me, anyway. I am a melee boy at heart, anyway.
And then again,
Well,
he gestures
I
to
only
the
have 2,000
armor that's available to you as well.
Yeah, I kind of like the leather armor that I have.
Well, if we upgrade your weapon, Yane, that's already 25,000 towards the cost of
Mm-hmm.
the 87.
Yup.
30,000 from Dragon Scales, that puts us up to 55.
55. Then we've
And
got
then the
is it
party
30
goal's
or
at
40,000 from Dragon Skills?
It's 40.
40.
Oh, is it 40? Okay, so
So-
that actually puts us up to 65.
So you need to come
So
up
we
with
have
2,000
enough.
more.
If we wanna dump
we
everything.
have enough if you want to dump enough to get that, and I think you'd still have some left over. Because then it's 30 from party gold, puts you up to like
Yeah, I mean, I'd
95,000.
obviously give all of my gold straight into party gold.
I
Excuse me,
How
we-
much was it?
I mean, this
Yane's
is
weapon
2
is
ways.
87,000.
I have a pair of.
I mean, if
His current weapon is worth 25,000. He'll buy that one off him.
we have more than 40,000 party gold.
I thought
We
he
had
said-
gold to begin with. I
I
have
have a
48,000 left.
Bahir horn and a set of gem encrusted gloves. I don't really
Oh.
remember 100% where I got
Kind of
these
meta.
gloves.
Did you want to like drop off some of those gems you've been hiding, or did you already do that?
They're not on
Yeah.
my list.
Pull them out of your travel
I
pouch.
might be interested in the
Pocketed
Bahir
them.
horn, though.
That's what I'm
Maybe.
thinking.
You can
Yeah, I'll produce the
keystring
horn.
them
See
this whole
what he
time.
thinks about it.
A beer horn could provide us with some alchemical properties if we don't want to do anything else with it. I would say I could take that off your hands for probably 2,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that's right. And your cloak or thing that you're selling there is also 2,000, so that's another 4,000.
My cloak?
No, Yane has a.
The robes of sheer
The robe.
shadow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Isn't a Bahir like a big, dangerous creature? Is it really only 2,000 for a Bahir horn?
Well, it might not be useful.
Yeah, I guess. Medicinal properties
What?
might be worthless.
I mean, from that potion, or from that horn, we could create or utilize it in the production of some thunder and lightning damage resistant potions, essentially. Which, again, if you're looking for any resistances, he gestures, there's potions for any type of resistance. It would be 750 gold pieces.
How much are the fire ones?
Every single version is 750 gold pieces.
And they'll last
yeah.
how long?
They will provide protection from fire and the elements therein for 24 hours.
Do you have one for psychic damage?
You said they're 750?
750.
Yes, 750. Not psychic damage, unfortunately. I don't have anything in that regard.
I will take 4.
Am I the only one who's really worried about mind flayers?
No, you're not.
I'm worried about mind flayers, but I mean, we don't have
I'm
anything
worried
that's
much more
gonna
about their
stop it.
influence than I am their damaging capabilities.
Oh yes, if they might control one of us and throw us into a pit.
Yes, that's my point.
I
don't need a
want
psychic
4 of those,
resistance,
Tom.
I want the
Full-
mental
Mark it up.
Remember
property.
when we were on the road and he did like an AoE, tried to do an AoE
Yes,
thing
I
that did
was
60
there.
damage to us and they could recharge
I
it?
was the only person who did not get affected by
That's
that.
2,300 gold pieces for that.
They could do it multiple
Are they giving me a
times.
discount?
And instead of 1, there's going to be like 10.
It's actually not
I heard
2,300.
you,
It's
buddy.
20. It's 3,100, right?
750
times-
times 4 is 3,000.
750 times 4 is 3,000. So 3,000 gold pieces.
If
Yeah.
I'm proficient
Okay,
in
that's
wisdom
what I thought.
saves and then have advantage on them, that's much better than a resistance potion. I'd be willing to part with the Behar horn for 2,500 gold pieces.
I think that we could definitely accommodate you in that. Sure. 2,500 gold pieces.
I'll remove it from my character sheet.
I bought everything I
I
want to
now
buy.
have 4,800 gold.
I have
Are we trying to get that
1,900
axe?
gold.
Are we trying to get that
I-
axe?
I would like us to.
And the ring,
I bought a
or no?
potion to resist mind flares, by the way.
Okay.
Awesome.
And I bought 4 fire resistance potions because I think you guys may need them should we go back.
Well,
Down
it'll probably
there.
be very good versus Theofredi, that's for sure.
Well, we also had like that fire protection buff from Sorendor,
we
so we
don't
wouldn't just
have now.
die of heat. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm hoping that's sufficient.
Sorry, I just want to... Are we trying to get this axe for Yane or not? If we should,
I don't know.
If we want to, then...
I'm not buying any of those rings because I already have advantage, and I don't want to spend 20,000 gold on the one.
You already bought
But-
the lesser one that just gives wisdom saves? Or whatever?
No, I bought a potion.
Oh, I thought we bought the tiny ring.
I didn't have
Someday I
enough
want to get my
for that.
armor, but I would like to get Yane that axe because it sounds like a lot of people have naturally resistance to being charmed or advantage on it. So someday maybe that'd be nice. But yeah,
My last item on offer would be this set of gem encrusted gloves that quite frankly, I don't know anything about. They look fancy.
Jim Encrusted Gloves. Do you know where you got them from at all? Do you remember?
I don't, but that's probably something that we would figure out first, huh? Doesn't seem like something you could pull out of your ass.
Yeah, I can't remember any
That's
Jim
fine.
Encrusted
I'll
Gloves
put
that I
them
gave
away.
you. Yeah.
I don't remember what those are at all.
I don't remember.
I think
Wait, did you take them
they
from
may have
someone's
been
house?
from not from Mandel's corpse probably, but I don't know. I'll look back through the VODs that I need to keep
Sure.
uploading.
I second that notion. In any case, if you're looking to purchase any of these items, by all means, these items are available to you. And I am available to you. Again, my name is Eden, and I suspect that we will be doing business in the future. So if you do not want to purchase something right now, you want to discuss it in the future, feel free to. You can contact any one of the Netmire establishments, and we'll be able to provide you with all of the goods that you require. For what we've provided you so far, and for what you provided us, we give you our deepest thanks and sympathies as you've gone through a lot. The city of Skull, in general, is encouraging your actions, whatever that's worth. So please, come to us with any needs, and we'll be able to hopefully provide you with what you need.
So you're gonna give us a fatty discount on the axe, right? Because you wish us success.
Absolutely. Did not say that. No.
Well,
So wait, who? Haldir, you have the dragon scales, right?
I have
Okay.
48,000 party gold listed on the sheet, and I have 100 pounds of black dragon scales listed on the sheet, and I have
Tom has said are worth
1,900 personal gold that I would be okay with parting with.
And I have 2,000 gold. I have 2,400, but
Just so you guys
2,000
know,
gold
that's
I'll
already
donate
enough
towards
to buy
that.
the axe.
I'm
Between the party gold and the dragon scales.
Yes.
Uh,
He said
Yeah,
it
it's
was
more than enough.
87,000, and he said that he had
Okay.
48,000 gold, and the scales were worth combined
oh, that's 1,000 more.
40,000,
Okay.
which is 1,000 more than the axe costs.
Okay.
So
We could
if
just
we,
do
if
that.
we just, I mean, really, do
No,
we
there'd
think
be
it's
gold
that
left
big
over.
of an upgrade
Well,
for
no,
Yane?
it's
There'd
literally
be like 20k
also
left over.
no, it's fine though because Yane's weapon is also worth 25,000, so we don't even have to take all of that party
Yes.
gold.
But
Sell
here,
sell
okay.
all of the scales.
I know that
We could
Tom,
buy the ring that Kirill really wants somebody to wear, but I don't know who's gonna wear it.
I would wear it for sure, 100%.
And we could buy the axe. We could do both.
I say
Yeah,
we
I
do
mean,
both
I
then.
guess what I'm getting at is like Yane already has a +2 weapon. That axe is a +3, so it's. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. It's only one more for 87,000 gold, but it has that nice effect. So it's.
But it's also
kinda
+3
like,
damage too. Is your current weapon
his-
+2 to
yeah,
hit,
it's a
+2
+2.
damage?
+2.
Yes,
Okay. But it's also got the extra effect.
right.
I mean,
And
plus
it is
one.
+3.
There's no such
Plus
thing as
one
only
makes-
plus one.
I
Plus
know,
one is
Yeah,
math.
it's just
but
enormous.
It's huge.
Plus
Yeah.
one is amazing. I'm just saying. For
Yeah, every time it's got
87,000
+1.
gold. I'm
And
not
we're
saying
already
that it's
Well, I
bad.
mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I mean, I
even
agree
just
with,
the
I do
flavor
agree with
of
Joe.
it will be
It's
fun.
only gold. I mean, that's the
Which
point of
do-
gold in the game is to spend it. So it's not like we need to be stingy. I
The
would
only
be
other
totally
thing
fine getting in the axe.
I think we should do it because like my armor would be sweet, but like honestly, I think that this one will be nicer for cutting up mind flayers. And if we can get the ring that
I
Kira
would
wanted
love
to
to wear
get,
the ring.
that's great.
I will take the ring. I'll even give 4,000 of my own gold, or as much as I need toward it. I have 4,800.
So yeah, I would say that's awesome.
Plus, Cameron's trying to get rid of his gold. He hates money.
So he'll buy the scales from you for another 40,000 gold pieces, if that's what you want to do. Which will give you how much party gold?
88.
88k. So with 88k, you can purchase the weapon, Galheed, the Force of Will,
And then
which is
trading
the
in
+3 axe. Trading in the axe, it's 87.7 for the axe itself. So you'd be left with 1,000 gold pieces, and then you can
Trade
sell
in the mace.
the mace for 25. So you're at 26,000 gold pieces for party gold. And then with that, you can purchase any number of the rings, or any one of the rings, rather.
Any number of them.
Immunity.
Well,
You could purchase two.
rings, or we get the really nice
Immunity.
ring. Yeah, the immunity one, or we
The
get the other
immunity
two.
one is clearly the best item.
I don't think it is. You guys keep saying that, but you're wrong. The wisdom one's the best one.
Sorry, am I thinking
you have the
whichever one
attunement
gives
slots,
you the wisdom,
If you can
proficiency,
attune
and
for it,
advantage?
it's really good.
Yes.
That one's 25,000, right?
The
So
other
that's
one is like
1,000.
the other one is very specific. Like, yeah, it's really good at the thing that it does, but the other one, the wisdom one, is like
Whichever one
Mental
gives
really
you
good all the
proficiency
time.
to wisdom and advantage on wisdom saves. That's the one that
Yeah,
we should buy.
so that's the ring. That's the ring of mental fortitude, which is 89,050.
Okay.
Not 89,050. 8,950.
I was like,
There we go. That
wait
was
a minute.
Excuse me.
okay.
Which gives proficiency in wisdom saving throws and advantage on wisdom saving throws, but it is attuned.
If
Yeah,
we're gonna
I'd wear
if we're gonna get that ring, then why not also get the 7,000 ring? That also just yes, it's niche, but we're running into a lot of heavy charisma characters.
because who would wear it?
I'd wear it. It's not an attuned item. Anybody could wear it. You could literally throw it between each other and be like, "Oh, here you go."
I
That
mean,
is
you could
true.
do that. I wouldn't wear it. I
Do the
because
old
I
Chinese
already
finger
have
trap and both wear it at once.
that.
It's like, correct me wrong if I'm wrong, Tom, but fear is considered a charisma charm effect.
So that would fall under a wisdom saving throw for like the frightened effects, but the Ring of Beguile specifically states its advantage on wisdom saving throws versus charm effects.
But that's
So-
that's my point. Is like charm effects are if I include things like being feared, because usually in most of the spells I've ever had with it, near the end it says if the creature is immune to being charmed, this has no effect.
I will place.
Kind of depends on the spell.
I
I
see what
know.
you're saying. So what would be? Do you know what like a spell that allows?
There is a bard for that. There's like a bard spell, Dissonant Whispers,
Hmm.
which causes fear. But if
Bard
they're immune to
spell.
charm, you can't fear them.
There's a difference between fear and frightened. They're not the same thing,
Yes,
right?
correct.
It's not the fear spell, unless well, actually, let me look up the fear spell.
I'm looking
are
at a fear
different
spell right
things.
now.
There's a lot of
You
spells.
project a
that
phantasmal image. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw versus or saving throw or drop whatever it's holding and become frightened for the duration. While frightened by the spell, a creature must take the dash action. It doesn't say anything particular about the immunity to charm effect. So what I will say is that it is charm. Charm is specifically like mind control or mind altering effects, as opposed to like a natural fear of whatever is happening around you. So it's specifically charm effects where they're trying to force you to do something that you would not normally want to do outside of fear effects.
So anything that can because there are several other spells that are also considered charm spells.
Yeah, like a hypnotic pattern or something where it doesn't makes you do nothing.
Yeah.
You would have advantage on those saves.
Like I said, it's not maybe it's not the most amazing ring, but it's not a bad ring, and it definitely there's a lot of charm spells. And if we're gonna have the other one, like why not? Unless you guys want to save 7,000 gold, but we're about to
No,
offer.
if you'd wear it, get it. I don't care.
Yeah, somebody can wear it. I'll wear it if no one else will wear it. I'll
Well,
wear it.
I've been saying that I'll wear the wisdom save and
I don't need
advantage
it.
ring. I definitely
And-
could use it.
No one else can. Yeah, you're the only one who could wear it besides Tammin.
So it seems like we have reached a deal in the sense that you guys are wanting to spend the 88,000 or the 87,000 on the axe, which is again Galheed, the Force of Will, which is +3 great axe. And each short rest, you get to choose to expend 15 life to swing an additional time during your attack
Can I say
action,
real
dealing
quick,
14 damage.
Actually,
It is a sentient weapon as well, and it is attuned.
what's the demeanor of the axe?
I don't even care. I
suspect it'll
don't
be
care.
bloodlust.
It could be a fucking screeching
When you say
monkey,
it's
and I'd be
sentient, it
stoked.
doesn't.
She
attempt
didn't want to touch it.
Well, is it going to attempt to like take him over or what?
Tell us a cursed weapon.
I'll maybe
Bring
still
it
buy it if
on.
it does. I just want
It's
to know.
obviously a cursed weapon.
I'd probably be so much more interested.
Not obviously a cursed weapon.
What do you mean? She didn't want to
Also,
touch
is
it.
the
I'm asking the guys. You not have anything to say about
No. So what are you asking him? What was your question towards him?
Well, it's sentient. Like, how sentient we talking here? Like, does it have goals to take over its user or something? Or
That is difficult to ascertain, I would say. We have experienced a few of its past owners, and for the most part, what it desires is to display its dominance among all of the weapons that
Perfect.
That's
exist.
hilarious.
Uh,
Actually,
would you say that what would you say would be the alignment of the spirit within?
I would say that it is neutral in the sense that it doesn't particularly care who or why it is killing or what it is killing. It mostly just wants to prove that it's the best.
sounds good to me.
Dude, absolutely fucking perfect.
what
Sign
happens
me up.
when its user strokes its ego?
I
hope it grows larger.
I don't know.
So let's move on.
Grows
This thing.
larger.
It tends to gravitate towards wielders who will find death rather quickly, if I will say that. So, in any case,
God, I'm perfect.
Perfect for you. I was just gonna say.
So
I mean,
I think
we
we'll
should take
take.
the coin.
And we'll just end with like
We can afford all of it with just the party gold and the money back, right?
Yeah.
Or do I need
And
to
there's
throw
still
something?
Mhm.
4,050 gold left at the end.
I also have.
There's still money at the end, and that's
I
how you
still
I
know
have
have
like 25.
4,800 gold myself.
Yeah, I still have like 2,500. If I still think we should buy like the big dick ring and give the someone
Alright,
maybe.
I know to beat a dead horse again. Can we?
I know.
We got the axe. Which rings did we purchase? We get the wisdom
Two cheaper
advantage.
rings. The 2 cheaper rings.
Got the
Okay.
ring of beguile that
And with the other
Misha's
one.
gonna wear. That gives advantage against charm and allows you to pretend like you are charmed to
Oh,
the caster.
I know what that one does.
We
We've
got that
talked
one.
about it. I just
And
wanted
we
to know
got-
which ones.
The wisdom save, the one that gives advantage on wisdom saves and proficiency on
Yes,
wisdom
okay.
saves.
Good. That's
And
what,
I believe
that's what
you're
I thought.
going to wear that.
I will
And that one
wear
requires attunement.
that one is.
And we got the
specific.
fucking big axe. And if Cobes wants
Yes.
anything with the leftover money, I have some money he could have. I don't know.
I have 2,000 gold.
Okay.
Uh,
I will
well-
also buy 2 potions of psychic resistance.
He doesn't have those.
They specifically do not have psychic resistance. Yeah,
Okay. Sorry, I thought they said
or force.
Right now,
I guess in the short term, I'd like to buy a couple potions of fire protection if we're gonna run into a Nefertiti.
I already bought some.
I'd like to buy more.
They last 24 hours.
You bought 4. So
I know.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like
Do we need more than that?
well,
no,
how much
one for each of us.
do you have on your character
Yeah,
right
I
now?
didn't buy any for me.
Oh, we don't need them.
No.
Carol, how much money do you have right now?
Let's see here.
Guy said he has 2,800.
Well, the guy also said, I mean, we can. The guy
We
said
can
we can
get-
come
we-
back whenever we want.
Could come back later, but
Well, yeah, we're
you
intending
have
to leave the city
4,000.
soon.
yeah,
So, I mean,
Cameron,
that's
you
not that valuable, right?
party gold is 4,000. I have 2,000.
I
I'm
got
just trying.
I have
2,500.
4,800.
Yeah, so
I
4,800.
would like to spend my money.
That's my point. Is like we might as well buy this if we're gonna end up in shit town. I'd rather have like we're up shit creek without a paddle. I'd rather have a couple paddles.
Sure, sure.
So between your gold alone, Tammin, and the party gold, we're at like 8,800. Like I said, I've got 2,400. But I'll deal with that math later.
Is there anything else
that's
in that realm
100.
that anyone
What are you
actually
trying to
wanted?
buy?
Yeah.
His ring that I wanted to get was like 20.
No one
we're
would,
not,
who
we're
would
not
wear
going to
that.
use that ring.
I thought that he was gonna wear it. Or no,
I'm not
Carol.
gonna.
Nope.
I'm not gonna wear it. I'm like triple
No,
means
no,
of
no,
charm.
no. We bought the 2 rings
Yeah.
we're going to
We don't
wear.
need that ring, I don't
Yeah.
think.
So you guys have currently spent 87,000 plus let's say 9,000 just to make it round number, plus 7,000 for the ring. So that is 94,000 plus the 9. So that's 103,000. You're correct. 103,000 is what you spent in total. So with the sale of his mace, you guys gain another 25,000. So however much you have in total after that, after you sell the scales, which is 40,000, and the mace, which is 25,000. So 65,000, 65,000 plus whatever else you had. Subtract 103,000. That's how much you've purchased overall from your party gold. There are the potions of mind muddling, which will give you advantage on saving throws versus wisdom, and disadvantage on intelligence checks during that time. It's also advantage on wisdom, intelligence saving throws, by the way. I forgot to say that, but yeah. And then, so that's how much you spent. I assume that the fire resistance potions you're spending from your own money, Haldir.
Mhm.
And
I already marked all that shit on my sheet.
you already marked it all. Okay, yep. So the only other things that he has available to you are Gadsteel the Hidden, and then the resistance armors, the +2 AC armors, the armors that give you advantage on saving throws versus spells for a limited amount of time, and then the other +2 axe, which you guys didn't want, and then the +3 plate armor, and the bell.
We have 10,000 party gold, by my calculation. Because we had 48, and then we sold the other scales for another 40, putting us at 88,000. Then we sold the axe for 25,000, putting us at 113,000. And you said the stuff cost 103.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 10,000 party gold.
All right. So is there anyone in the party doesn't have like advantage on like wisdom saving throws or?
No.
I just got mine.
Not anymore.
Put it on my character sheet.
I don't even know if I need this
guess
mind numbing potion I bought.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying one of those.
What does it do specifically? I don't know these.
So it gives you again advantage on wisdom and intelligence saving throws, but it gives you disadvantage on intelligence checks.
This proficiency and advantage on wisdom saving throws ring is called the Ring of Mental Fortitude. Is that what it's called?
That's correct. Yep.
Tom, if you could link in the party and magic items the Ring of Beguile, copy that to my sheet.
Yep, absolutely. I can type it out.
Whatever
I don't think there's anything I want to buy with the remaining gold unless.
Yep. So again, the only things that are remaining are the any of the armors of resistances, which range from like 6,000 to 10,000. The AC mod armors, which were 10,000 to 16,000. The straight resistance armors, so they give you resistance forever. 13,000 to 20,000 for the fire, acid, and lightning. And then it's like 15,000 to 22,000 for the cold, thunder, and necrotic. Gadsteel the Hidden, which is that sword, is 30,000 gold pieces. Then the stride cleaver, which is that +2 great axe, is 37,000 gold pieces. Winston Robbie, the Death Gate, which is the breastplate, is 112,000 gold pieces. Tindone's Bell is 3,500 gold pieces. A mind muddling potion is 500 gold pieces. A greater healing potion, which is 44 plus 8, is 500 gold pieces. A grand healing potion is 8d4 plus 12, is 2,000 gold pieces.
What was the second to last potion you said?
The greater healing potion is 44 plus 8 for 500. And then he also described a Storm Giant's Strength potion, which is gives you plus or 24 strength for its duration, which is 24 hours.
And the 44 plus 8 ones were
how much
500 gold
duration?
24 total.
24 strength?
Total.
It sets your strength. It's not a bonus.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I mean, it's still really good.
Actually
but.
broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The 44 plus 8 potions were 500. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
I will buy 3 of them.
Just to double check, did you say there was armor in there that gave you a permanent, like no charges, but a permanent resistance to just fire?
Yep, there is armor of any type that you want, with ranging gold value depending on which one you choose. That will give you a resistance to fire, acid, and lightning. All 3.
Oh, all 3. So it's not okay. So it's not. I thought there was like one for each armor type.
No.
But one armor. How much was the resistance armor?
So the lowest level, which is padded armor, is 13,000 gold pieces, and the highest level, which they have, is half plate, which is 20,000 gold pieces. It does not provide any other AC bonuses. It's just magical, and it gives you those resistances.
Okay, so it's base AC, and then. Man. Damn, it's like crafting temple. It's like crafting the armor for Black Temple.
Yeah. Gotta decide if you want the.
Yes.
Guys, we're gonna be able to kill Mother Shiraz with like no shadow resistance.
Oh, I remember that. Good one.
Dude, we're gonna cleave 4 horsemen.
People did it the second week.
Yeah.
I knew that people
Saw
could do
a video
that.
of people
That's
doing the
obviously-
cleave strat, but they accidentally put Thane in the group, so they all just got chain lightning down by that horseman.
Bane.
Pretty.
Isn't it Zelik that does the chain lightning?
I said chain lightning down, but yes, it is Zeliak that does a holy chain lightning
Yeah.
attack.
It's celiac disease.
Interesting that it is holy, which is an unresistible school.
So I don't think we need to buy anything else unless Carol wants to get anything.
How much of that potions of strength?
Use?
The potions of strength, the Storm Giant Strength, which is the stronger version of the spell. They also have Hill Giant Strength, which is 18. The Storm Giant Strength is 2,400 gold.
I'll take it.
Maybe this is a bit. I'm just, they said they had a lot of potions. Is there a potion of invisibility?
They do not have one presented to you right now, but you absolutely could grab one.
Okay.
And a potion of invisibility will run you about 750 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll gladly pay that.
It will provide you invisibility for 24 hours, up to 24 hours. If you take a aggressive action against a creature, you will
lose it. Yeah, I actually used the potion before.
Can interact with objects.
Just so you remember.
Also, I kind of want to sell this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What were you
I
saying,
kind of want to sell this.
I can cast greater invisibility.
That's even better than that potion.
Yeah, that I actually forgot about that. Okay, well maybe I don't want this then. I'll mark it back. Sorry. My
Sure.
bad.
No, that's fine.
I have
I forgot that you
DeWalt.
took that spell.
Yeah, but what?
I have a sword I actually want to sell. It's called DeWalt's Blade. Never used.
You're gonna get rid of DeWalt's Blade? Sure.
Yep. How much do you want for it?
The DM just asked you specifically if you're going to get rid of DeWalt's Blade. Are you sure you want to do that? I feel like that's like an actual text pop-up in RPG.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Are you sure you want to do that?
No.
See how much he offers you, and then
So it's a +1 blade. If I remember correctly, +1 longsword.
Yep.
I would take that off your hands for 1,500 gold pieces.
I'll take it.
I was really hoping you were going to say like 100,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, for a 1+1 sword.
I know, but I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you had enough to buy any one of the items, but
I know.
you chose to break it down. Yep.
It made more sense. It made more sense.
Yeah. I mean, I had designed it so that there would be a decision that you would have to make. So. Yeah.
Misha's remembering this.
Yeah. In any case, absolutely. So he takes that deal.
I also like to buy the shittier healing potions with 500 apiece.
Mm-hmm. How many are you buying?
3.
Okay, go ahead and mark that off.
pretty nuts.
Pretty potent. Yeah.
How much was the biggest healing potion you have?
500 gold pieces for a 40.
44 plus 8.
44 plus 8.
What I wrote down.
Yep.
That's not a base healing potion, is it?
No, that's
No.
a greater healing potion.
Oh, okay. I was just like checking my
It's
thing.
very good. I bought 2 of them myself.
I'll give up my gold and buy one. Because you always need at least one healing potion.
That's true.
I need one to pour into Misha's mouth.
I need one to, basically
Does he have shitty healing
off my
potions?
body and pour it down my mouth.
Yeah, like the regular ones for like 75 gold pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take one of those instead.
Oh, can I buy like 10 of those?
Like 75 gold pieces.
Yeah.
What's
What was
the,
the 44 plus 1?
I'll buy
44
10.
plus
I'll
8
buy 10 of those.
is
if he has them
500,
in
Carol.
stock.
That's how much they cost.
Yeah, but how much do they do? What are they called?
44 plus 8. Greater
What were they
healing?
called?
Graders, yeah.
Are those just
The
2d4
the
plus 2?
minor healing potions are 2d4 plus 2s, yeah.
I'm going to buy like 3 of those. Wait,
Minors?
I'll buy 5 of those. Yeah, like those lessers. They're 75.
Those are 75 apiece, yeah.
I'll just go ahead and get 5 of those.
I bought 10 of them.
I'm also buying 5 of them, leaving me at a comfy 25 gold.
Yeah. There you go. That's quite low on the cash cow, dude.
I'll ask him, you want some golden candelabras?
Ask him if he wants some.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't
Hey, do you
have
have any
any
dwarven
time with that.
coins?
I do have 2 fine liquor.
I have
I have
30
something
dwarven
called-
coins. Hot
I'm
off
gonna
the
throw it in
dwarven.
for free.
Don't insult the man.
These are ancient
I don't
dwarven
want-
coins.
I don't want any of those things. Thank you very much.
He's like pushing us away visually.
Yeah. No, so you guys are able to purchase your gear, get prepared for the journey ahead. Make sure that you mark down any changes to your character sheet. Make sure you mark down any changes to your gold amounts, and you're set for the journey ahead. We'll pick up from there midday in Skull, as you guys have collected everything that you wanted to, and we'll see where our adventurers end up heading. Go ahead.
What does the axe say to Yane?
Does he hasn't attuned to it yet?
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
haven't even-
Yeah, you're right.
Let me embrace it first. I need some quality time alone with
What's the axe called?
Some quality time alone with your.
it. Yeah.
Shall heed the force
Can
of
you-
will.
Can you
The fact that
Never
it's
mind.
force
I don't know how
of
to spell
will is a little concerning because
Nope. I have great will and I can be forceful.
They're not going to tell you first.
yes, you can do both of those things.
It is
Not worried.
crimson stained black wood in the shaft, and it is a double-headed axe that looks like it's perpetually wet with blood.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, and I'm going to name it something different.
It's the kind of thing that'll like magically, quote unquote, accidentally fall over in your sleep and kill you.
Not if I lay on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not if I sleep with it.
I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds like you're going to sit on it.
I mean,
Ooh. Ooh.
All
If
right,
I
good
have to,
session,
man,
Tom. Appreciated it.
Yeah.
Assuming
Good one.
the axe does, yeah.
Say it one more time.
Requires attunement, right?
It does.